There is mutual interest between them and free agent running back A.J. Dillon. Houston Texans made a trade today. They send Malik Collins, their defensive tackle, to the San Francisco 49ers for a 7th-round pick. Spurs lost their second straight. They followed home to the Rockets last night. They'll take on the Denver Nuggets in Austin on Friday.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On this,
all excited, man.
Wemby Wednesday.
On this hump day.
What were you excited about, man?
Hump day.
Are you?
I am.
I mean, you still can
Always.
be.
Always. I am.
Although a friend of mine sent me a video of whatever Al Roker show is. He has stolen your bit, man.
Well, that's Al. That's what he does.
They did the whole thing. Mike.
Yeah.
And then Al points, and then they play the drop of Caleb the Camel.
See, they don't even have the cojones to do it themselves.
No, Al Roker will not do it himself.
Well, he can't.
No, he pushes a button.
Obviously, he can't do it.
He doesn't push a button.
He doesn't?
His version of James Pledger pushes the button for Hump Day. Maybe. It is a Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, isn't it? I think Pledge is a little frazzled in there. He's been working hard. He really has been. So
I mean, we're gearing up and disappointing everybody all 9 on YouTube early. Like Jacob Eric says, I'm going to scream along.
That's what he says.
I don't know about y'all. That first comment of the day, and that was there before the show even started.
We'll get it, Jacob. We'll get it. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Apparently he's loading audio, and the board will only do one thing at a time.
Yep.
Joey says,
yeah.
I'm at West Palm Beach for Astros spring training, ready to log on and get his hump day going.
Oh, we'll get it going.
And I know it would be too much to ask right now in all of this, but if the little screen on YouTube had Pledger in, if that were a bigger screen, you guys would be as entertained as we are as he's trying to get the wonderful computer system on the other side of the glass to do what he wants it to do.
Yeah, apparently it's got a gremlin or two in there.
Yeah, it happens.
Must be.
Must be. Lots going on this Wemby Wednesday. We're gonna make you wait. I mean, you never know when Joe's gonna get into a hump day feel. I know he was ready to go.
No, hump day feel is good. It's just got the setup's important.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
you can't just go on command.
What do you mean on command?
On command. I mean, I got to have the the whole thing. It's like an actor, waiting for the line, and you got to have the music's just right, and the other actor has to say his line
what
just
the hell
right.
Are you?
And then like in
Axl Rose, you're coming on stage when you're damn good and ready.
Exactly. And you got to have that proper cue to kind of get fired up and ready for it.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Absolutely. So. I mean, Joe can't just perform on command is all you heard out of that, right?
That's exactly right. It takes some prepping.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
There's a term for that too.
There is?
There is.
What is that?
Foreplay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you need that.
I got that.
Yeah.
I need a little foreplay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Still not getting any.
We'll delay it a break. How about that?
Yeah, we might.
Yeah, I'm sad here. They got Grace Hansen. I've never heard that name on our YouTube channel before. Wants the Goldfinger. I mean, geez, I had no idea. I thought it was just for my entertainment purposes.
You know what? It's become such a thing. You yelling hump day, and me not participating. But lots of places I go, people tell me about it. They love Wednesdays to hear or watch, depending on the you saying
I got you
hump day. And you're right. There's got to be the proper buildup. There's a time you're ready to go. It's almost like a rain delay. Like we've warmed up, We're ready to go. We're on, and there's a lightning strike. So now everybody's back to their locker room, and we've got to wait 28 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever the time is.
That's a nightmare, dude.
As a broadcaster?
Yeah,
yes.
As anything. See, now you're selfish as hell. How do you imagine the poor players, the cheerleaders, the band members, all of those people?
All of those people are fine.
It's all about you, isn't it, Minix?
You're damn right it is. The players go back to the locker room.
You may have to tap dance for a while.
30 minutes. Every time there's a lightning strike, there's 30 minutes to go. And fortunately, I've done this for a long time, but you get into a stadium situation, your pregame, you know exactly what you're doing, when you're going to do it. Everything is timed out. It's production perfection. And then you get that rain delay.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a rain delay in the middle of the game, at least you have things you can go back and talk about.
Sure.
But you've already in the pregame, you got all your stuff, and you're out of material, if you will. Right?
Well, yeah.
If the game has already started, other games have started, at least you got things that you can reach for.
That's too bad. That's why you're a professional broadcaster.
I am, and I'm still going to bitch about any kind of lightning delay. That for sure.
What I used to hate, though, they've got those machines that are sensitive as hell. Sun is shining, but yet there's a cloud over there about 500 miles away that there was lightning coming out of.
Well, I mean, it's within, 5 miles, 7 miles of the stadium?
It seemed like a hell of a lot farther away than that.
Well, but it really isn't.
Because I'll be honest with you, it would screw up my Friday night, too.
Oh, because it's selfish for you, huh?
Exactly. I mean, 10 o'clock, you got to be ready to roll. You got to have some plays to come out. And if you're delayed a couple of times, well, you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. You're screwed.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
I can laugh at you.
Well, and truly going behind the curtain, we'll be on a Friday night at a stadium. Weather might not be good. The Blitz is ending, and Ryan goes like, "Have fun tonight."
Absolutely.
Have fun tonight. You're screwed. You're going to be here till midnight. Did you pack lunch? I mean, I would stop at the concession stand and get you something, but I'm not coming back up.
I don't think I've ever even offered to do that. So you're making that up, making me seem better than I am. I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here, dude.
No, I think you've actually sarcastically or sincerely said, I'd offer to get you something, but I'm not coming back up here.
Well, that's what you got John Robbins for.
And it's very true. And I believe the last time you actually said those very words to me was when we were in Bernie in that wonderful stadium that doesn't even have an elevator. For the Smithson Valley Bernie champion game.
Yeah, they need to fix that.
Yeah.
I couldn't even drink water during that game.
No, because there's no bathroom up there.
The bathroom was about 5 miles away.
Yeah, not up in the press box.
Yeah, no.
And not below the stadium.
No.
But at that stadium, at Bernie, where they've got money, but I guess they don't want to have to, if they put $1 into that thing, renovating it, they got to make it ADA or whatever compliant. So let's not fix anything.
Oh, is that how that works?
I don't know if that's truly the case in Bernie, but I know of other older stadiums that won't do renovations. That's why.
It's got to be, it's about time for a new stadium out there anyway.
Dude, they could put a dome out there and eliminate all the lightning stuff and have bathrooms all over the place and elevators.
I think it's time, Bernie, for a new, you're big enough now. You got some good football teams. It's time to stop playing in a small town stadium.
And when those windows open and the crickets are flying, my broadcast partner a year ago made noises about a cricket that I'd never heard from a human being before.
Oh, man.
Lots going on in the NFL.
Woo,
boy,
always.
I tell you what, the lawyer for the lady that is suing Dak Prescott goes on the radio in Dallas. Literally uses the term rape.
Wow.
Dak raped her. We'll hear from that attorney coming up here on the Blitz. But for free agency news, the news that I know most of you want to know, the Cowboys are at least in the conversation with a maybe running back. There might be something going on in Dallas with the new player. Might be. All the details about A.J. Dillon coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, I got a message for you that's going to change your dental game in about 60 seconds. Got to ask you a question. Are you fed up with the same old dental routine? You know what I'm talking about. Those endless trips to the dentist, dealing with missing teeth, temporary fixes that just never seem to stick. Well, I've got the answer. It's Doctor's Implants. At Doctor's Implants, they're board-certified oral and facial surgeons. Well, they're ready to transform your smile. You can say goodbye to the frustration of traditional dentistry and welcome a brighter future. Don't let the old school dentistry hold you back any longer. Embrace your future with full mouth dental implants at Doctor's Implants. Check them out online at doctorsimplants.com. But here's the kicker. When you call them at 210-640-0000, tell them I sent you, Joe Reinigle from the Blitz, and you're going to get a complimentary consultation and CT scan. Don't wait. Call them today, 240-640-0000.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is set. Monday, March 25th at Golf Club of Texas. With plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation. Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and for one San Antonio Sports Star.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Progressive asks, what do a late-night pizza craving,
Pizza place. Can I get one large pepperoni pizza?
a newly licensed teen delivery driver, a guaranteed delivery time or its free offer, and your front fence have in common?
Uh-oh.
That's my fence! They can turn your stomach upside down in under 30 minutes.
I'm still getting a tip, right?
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Dave Ramsey here for my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon.
Absolutely.
League year. Happy New Year, everybody. League year is officially here, I believe, and Cowboys haven't done anything.
Well, no, but I mean, that doesn't surprise anybody, does it? Especially you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It should surprise you.
Why? Why?
Look, I know free agency is overblown sometimes, but for a team that claims to have that just might be missing that one player that could get them over the top. Why are you not chasing that guy?
Maybe they are, or maybe they don't think that guy was on the market with what they're willing to spend because they've earmarked their money. I don't know, but they've never been big players in free agency. It's not what they do. So
Jerry said he was going all in. That's what Jerry said.
As Skip Bayless tweeted last night, all in, comma, my ass. With a very well-placed and appropriate use of comma.
Yes.
Because, I mean, punctuation matters. Because without that comma, and so many people do miss commas, that could go a lot of different ways. But I do think, comma or no comma, that's how a lot of Cowboy fans feel about Jerry's comments about being all in. Because what I think when I hear somebody in his position say all in is very different than Jerry. I've also got to believe that Jerry Jones is all in every day that he wakes up with all the different businesses that he has. So
right now we don't care about any other business. It's just the Dallas Cowboy business that we care about.
But I mean, Jerry, like Tampa Bay went all in, the Rams went all in, and they got some Super Bowls. And Jerry says all in, and what are you doing, Jerry? Because when I hear him say all in, granted, as soon as he said it, we all called his bluff, right? Like I'm going to raise, I'm going all in. I'm pushing all my chips to the table, and I'm going to come away with an A.J. Dillon. Please.
All in for the Cowboys is not that much. When you've got players the caliber that they've got some talent. All in is not a major overhaul. All in is just adding a piece or two here and there. And I think that's what Cowboy fans expect. You're not going to rebuild this team and have a championship quality team. I don't care how good Dak is or CD Lamb or Micah Parsons by filling in with bottom of the heap free agents and draft picks. It's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, and you use the term rebuild. I don't necessarily know that they're rebuilding. I mean,
nobody said that they're not rebuilding. If that's what I said, that's mistake. I said they don't have to.
Well, and the reality is, I mean, Cowboys since 2012 haven't spent big in free agency, so this really is no surprise. I saw on Blogging the Boys a dude put together a spend in the NFC East in free agency and what the records were. And spending a lot in free agency didn't help the Giants in 21 when they spent $157 million and went 4-13. Now the Eagles in 22, they spent 92 in free agency. They made the Super Bowl. The Eagles last year spent 101 million. They went 11-6. The Giants spent 90 million last year. They went 6-11. Washington spent 69 million. They went 4-13. Spending money doesn't equal immediate success. I just want the Cowboys to do something, because I do believe, as we sit here at 2:20 in the afternoon, they are the only team of the 32 in the NFL that has not added a player from outside of their building. They've added their own long snapper, but they have not acquired a free agent from outside the building. The only team in the league that hasn't done so. Do something, Jerry. Do something.
Thank you for coming over to the dark side.
Well, I mean,
seriously.
I'm not surprised, but I do want to feel like they are doing something. If I were hearing something like, all right, they've been busy, long meetings, ordering Jimmy John's at lunch because they're, talking with Todd France about Dak's deal, and that's the total focus. All right, cool. We're working on CD's deal. Cool. We're working on, and I'm sure they're doing all of that. But do something, right? And add a running back. So all of a sudden today, and again, what you expected, the level of running back, and we talked about this particular running back as a potential guy yesterday, A.J. Dillon. You're seeing a lot of reports about that. Jane Slater from the NFL Network on why A.J. Dillon would be a good fit in Dallas.
What they've been missing in Dallas is a big-bodied guy since Ezekiel Elliott left. This is a powerful inside runner. He plays better downhill, not sideways, and he has excellent awareness on blitz pickup. Then go pair him with a rookie in the draft.
And you get the Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard situation. And I guess that's what they're looking for, something to that effect. But look, A.J., not a lot of a lot of dings in the armor, I guess you could say. But Green Bay was never that thrilled with him.
I mean, but they also had Aaron Jones. They had other options. And so, you look at what Singletary did last year in Houston as a prime example of what he was in Buffalo and what he was in Houston looked like two different guys. And you've seen that throughout the league. A.J. Dillon, if the Cowboys could get him, would be better than what I was hoping for. I mean, the fact that he's in the conversation, because I'm thinking a Foreman type who also has been a good pro, but more of a short yardage guy. I think about A.J. Dillon and the scheme that the Dallas Cowboys are running with what Mike McCarthy likes to do. And even though he says they're going to run the ball more, we know that's BS. But you have to have a threat of a run. And again, what running backs in the draft are the Cowboys going to look at on NFL Network today? Jane Slater went over that.
Let's talk about some of those rookies that might be interesting. Now, I don't anticipate the Cowboys are going to go a day one running back. I think there's some value in the second round, but let's see where this shakes out for some of these guys. How about Jalen Wright out of Tennessee? He's got patience, acceleration. He can score from anywhere on the field. Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. We've talked about him. I know there's some concerns about the ACL injury, but he's got vision. He makes cuts, and he's got bursts and acceleration. And one more that I want to throw out there for you. How about Trey Benson? FSU creates a lot of big plays with the ball in his hand.
I know they're going to take somebody in the draft. It's not a problem. Now, Jane Slater just tweeted out about 15 minutes ago, nothing to report on any extension here in Dallas. And while I was told something could be cooking with A.J. Dillon, pot may have made it to the stove, but the water is not boiling.
Well, and again, the problem that you're having with A.J. Dillon is there was 3 or 4 teams mentioned in the tweet from Ian Rappaport. So if that's the case, with everybody else off the board, A.J. Dillon kind of becomes the best of those that are available, right? Well, what does that do?
That means Jerry, if somebody offers him too much, won't take him.
Drives up the price.
Sure.
And the Cowboys aren't going to overpay at the running back position. I mean, we can laugh all we want.
It is hilarious.
But
they overpaid last year.
They did.
I don't understand. Who the hell's going to run the football?
Well,
Jerry?
I mean, might as well be. I mean, they will have people in that position. They will.
Oh, well, I'm sure that they will.
I mean, they will.
Yeah, tomato cans?
Possibly. Is give me a little bowling ball. Whatever the case is, there will be guys that are on the Cowboys roster that know how to play running back and probably played running back in college at a high level. That I'm not worried about. Who? Is it somebody that you're going to put on your fantasy team? Is it a name you recognize? That I can't answer. But there will be a running back, Joe. So when you ask the question, who's going to line up back there will be a legit player about 23 to 26 years old that is going to carry the football.
That's cheap as hell.
Yes.
And, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, I hope that works out.
I mean.
Then what are we going to do? From running back, let's go to offensive line. Then from offensive line, let's go to linebacker. From linebacker, I don't know. Where do you want to go after that?
I will say this. I would much rather overpay for an offensive line guy than I would the running back.
Okay.
I would, especially after I give Dak another gazillion dollars.
Jerry's not overpaying for anybody. We don't even have to mention running back. There's been no offensive lineman.
Well, not yet in free agency.
So we're just going to do that in the draft too. We're going to fill every hole that they have in the draft. Is that what we're going to do?
You know how free agency works, right? I mean, I know you've seen this movie before.
Well, sure.
I mean, we see it every year.
Why?
It's been this way for a decade.
Why
it's
is
what
it?
he did last year.
Answer this question. Why is it that the Cowboys, sincere question, the only team in the NFL that has done nothing?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't have an answer for that.
It's crazy.
Except the Cowboys, and yes, they have had zero playoff success under Mike McCarthy. Zero, right?
Zero, yes.
Zero. But you can't tell me that their philosophy and their system isn't at least a good system to work on when they've got 12 regular season wins in each of the last 3 years. I know it hasn't translated to postseason success for a variety of reasons, but you can't tell me that their way of building a roster hasn't been successful when you look at what they've done in the regular season. And at this time last year, they were the same way, and we were having the same conversation. Yet you have said multiple times, Jerry put together a Super Bowl caliber roster.
He did.
And the Cowboy players in Green Bay, they all pooped the bed on at the same time. But the roster construction, you had no problem with.
Had no problem with.
And the Cowboys are doing the same thing this year that they did last year, that they did year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. The Cowboys don't participate in free agency for whatever reason. The richest guy in the world, the richest guy in the NFL, the most valuable franchise, however you want to couch it, the guy that could go and buy everything he wants at Neiman Marcus, likes Dollar General.
The definition of insanity.
Again.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
It's just a fact.
They don't have any Super Bowls or NFC championship games. Those are all facts. But you can't tell me when you look at the record of this franchise over the last 10 years, go from McCarthy to Jason Garrett to all of it. They've been a successful franchise. There are a lot of franchises out there that would love to have the success that the Cowboys have had in the regular season. Now, I'm sure all of us would love to see the Cowboys translate that in the postseason success, but it's not like they're the only franchise that has failed miserably in the postseason for years. They're just the ones that get talked about the most. But
of course,
their philosophies, as you talk about insanity, I mean, it's not entirely wrong. It's frustrating as hell from a fan standpoint that everybody else is doing something. It's like everybody else brought something to show and tell. Everybody else had presents to open up before Christmas Day. Yet we get the one present on Christmas Day, and you realize it was bought 3 days after Christmas. It's A.J. Dillon. And that probably doesn't even happen.
The Cowboys need a piece or two. And I'm sorry, but I think the best way to handle that, at least one or the other, and I'm not necessarily saying running back. Running back, fine. Draft a running back. You can find a good one. But some of these others, get a good veteran player. A guy, a piece that can put you over the top, a guy that can come in and get it done.
Now,
and even if you have to overpay and do something that you've never done in your whole life. But, Jerry, you're 81 years old.
Well, when he's done it before, it's bit him in the ass.
Oh, my gosh. So you're going to hold that against – I mean, he's going to hold that move against him. So I'm never going to do it again.
Well,
I'm going to take my toys and go home.
I mean, think about free agency. And are we talking with – was it Shereen Williams yesterday? Talks about how so many of these big-time free agents just don't work.
Sure.
And one
some of them do.
Some do, some don't. It's a crapshoot, almost like the draft. But in free agency, especially this tampering period in the window, you don't spend any time with the player. You don't talk to him. You do a deal very quickly over the phone, and you get a deal done. Jerry's a businessman, and maybe he's decided, he's going to make, and I don't know this, I'm speculating. If I'm going to hire you, I'm going to do an interview process and make sure you're a good fit for a variety of reasons, and make sure I get to go through your medicals and do all the due diligence that you do during the draft and other hiring processes. I mean, hell, you know how hard it is to get a job at this place, right?
Sure.
It's difficult to get a job at our company. The people that do, congratulations, you have survived. You've made it.
Let me just throw this out at you.
Maybe Jerry just doesn't like the swipe right and connect the Tinder mentality of hiring free agents.
Last point I'm going to make on it. Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What was that, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
The Rams won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Both of those teams went all in.
They did.
Philadelphia, we heard, went all in. They went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it.
Yep.
But they were all in. San Francisco goes to the Super Bowl. They went all in.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Christian McCaffrey.
They made an in-season trade for Christian McCaffrey.
Did they go all in?
Well, I mean,
that's the piece that they thought they needed, and they went out and got it.
And they made it happen.
The guy's being paid $16 million
in the middle of the season, and they were able to do that because they've got Mr. Irrelevant running the show at quarterback.
Oh, is that it? So it's Dak's fault.
Didn't say that either. But
well, if the Cowboys have Mr. Irrelevant,
I mean, you look at the Houston Texans are crushing.
Sure.
Free agency.
Are they? Those guys are a crapshoot. Who knows?
I mean, the signings that they're making, they're able to do that because they've got a quarterback on their rookie deal.
Jerry could find some money if he wanted to find some money to get some players in here. He absolutely could. If he just restructured Dak, just say he didn't extend him, you're getting $69-70 million that you can go out and spend.
But if they restructure him and it doesn't sign, that cap hit is ridiculous.
The cap hit's ridiculous now.
Yeah, but it's even, I mean, it would get into Russell Wilson ridiculousness.
Okay, but if you had a Super Bowl trophy to put on the shelf, then that cap hit would be a little easier to handle, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yes, it would.
Yeah. Cowboys have to do something, though. I mean, just to shut people like Reinagel up.
Saying, man. I mean,
something.
Exactly. Do something. Let's just wait till August or, training camp starts. We'll just wait for that.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad plan either. Wait for everybody else to start cutting guys.
Yeah. Great plan.
That's a great plan.
We'll take everybody else's rejects.
That's a great idea, Jim.
Sure. that was close.
Not even.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
Yeah, closer than I thought.
Nah, not really.
It was pretty close.
You work on it, though.
I'm not really going to work on that one. I just didn't know if the computer was working, so I was going to fill in instead. I don't know if everything on the other side has been completely rebooted or not.
Well, let's hope so.
I know we're all going to get rebooted this weekend because it's St. Patrick's Day. Plan ahead. Maybe take Monday off because, those St. Patrick's Day parties at the Rue Pub, they are legendary. And this year, it's going to be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. The green beer is going to be flowing all day long for an all-day party. Drink specials, live music with 3 different bands on the stage just set up outside. DJs and college hoops inside both the Rue Pub and the Angry Elephant this Sunday, starting at 11 a.m., an all-day party for St. Patrick's Day. And the Rue Pub is the place to go for St. Patrick's Day. Those parties are legendary, but any kind of game day, if there's a big event, big game on TV, the Rue Pub is the place to go. They've proven that over the past decade with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you show up at the Roo, show up hungry. The food there, fantastic. The biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on that menu, including the original Wemby burger. And that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. So when you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's coming. It's almost here.
Monster Jam. The 15th seed will head to the Elite Eights.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Want to see the dedication and discipline it takes to become a world champion boxer? Witness 21-1 world-ranked Gio Cabrera, trained by the legendary Freddie Roach, who's worked with the likes of champion Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and Julio Cesar Chavez. Come to training, exhibition, and fan experience at Smoke, Texas and Sky Bar, located at 501 East Crockett in downtown San Antonio. Free to the public. Thursday, March 28th, starting at 5 p.m. Go to dmpboxing.com. Brought to you by Everlast, Quintana Rum, and Desi Martinez Promotions.
It's time, basketball bettors. It's March Mania. I'm Rob Thompson here to tell you about BetUS.com. Over the years, I've endorsed only one sportsbook and casino, and that's been BetUS.com for years. They've been driving to the basket for 30 years, and I've been a part of it. And this year, BetUS has got an epic three-pointer going for you. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambling insurance. It's epic! Get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. BetUS, it's where the game begins.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site X-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
My new exercise bike. Yeah, more like my $1,500 coat rack.
At Babbel, we get it. Learning something new is hard, especially a new language.
My Spanish starts and ends at Adios.
Make it easy on yourself with Babbel. In just 10 minutes a day, you can start having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Hola, Espanol.
It starts here. To try Babbel free, text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is the home of the Aggies. This is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Andrew Monaco will join us here at about 4:30 as the Aggies are in Nashville getting ready for the SEC tournament. The voice of them Aggies, Andrew Monaco.
Howdy.
Coming up at 4:35. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
I think Andrew will give us a big howdy.
Well, of course he will.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. AD on YouTube says chicks dig the long snapper.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, right now, man, he's the clubhouse leader as the greatest free agent signing of the year for the Cowboys.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't let him get away.
The fact that it's 24 hours old and he's still the clubhouse leader.
You know, I'm getting a bad reputation on YouTube, by the way. If you're watching there, thank you. Please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. Everybody thinks I'm a Cowboy fan now.
What?
Yeah. I'm getting a really bad reputation here.
What does this mean?
I don't know because, see, let me explain to everybody. I've explained this.
Here we go.
I've explained this before, but let me do it again. Here we go. Let me do it again because
I love Jerry Jones.
I do. So we put that in there.
For business.
Jerry, I love you. That's exactly right. This radio station is the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
On this radio program entitled The Blitz with Jason and Joe, we talk about the Dallas Cowboys quite a bit.
Yes, we do.
We follow their every move pretty much all the time.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
So it behooves me to want to have the Dallas Cowboys be a good football team because the interest continues as they're good and they go on and they go on and go on. So I would like for them not to repeat another abrupt exit in the postseason next year.
Okay.
I'd like to see them continue on a little bit.
Now, not that I'm correcting you because everything you said is correct.
Uh-huh.
But let me correct you. Long before our radio station became the home of the Dallas Cowboys, this radio station thrived on the Dallas Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Just like about every show out there in America and every network show, the Cowboys are the conversation. It just added a lot more when we became the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Sure.
When
I love you, Dad.
years ago, we were able to get those guys from across the street and brought them over here and gave them, you know, a wonderful home that they enjoy too. And long before we would go to training camp. We would go do stuff and, you know, their old home didn't do anything. And they were like, well, why don't we do business with you guys? Because, you know, you're already doing it. Right?
Yeah.
Cowboys are the topic of conversation.
Of course they are.
And typically speaking, you look at any sports team across America, in any league, in any city, you either want to be really good or really bad, right? Ask the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Being in the middle of the road, that doesn't get you anything but run over, right? You're not a part of the conversation. You're just there.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
Dallas Cowboys
got
are
it.
the only exception to that rule. It doesn't matter if the Dallas Cowboys are 1-15, 12-5, or 8-8. Remember those 3 years of 8-8 Dallas Cowboys?
Sure do.
They're still going to be the conversation of the across the world. It's bizarre. They're the only team that are the exception to the rule that you either be really good or really bad. Because if you're really bad, everybody wants to fix you. If you're really good, man, things are great, and every fan, just everything you do is great. Astros, there was a time where nobody gave a damn about them when they were losing 100 games. They weren't on TV, and nobody missed them. Now, Astros and Texans competing to be a part of the conversation down in Houston.
They're competing.
They're competing.
Yes.
Why? Because
With
Houston.
Who are they competing with?
Oh, the Cowboys.
Really?
But in Houston.
Are you going to say that, really?
What?
They're competing with the Cowboys.
Absolutely, they are.
Really?
Absolutely, they are.
Okay.
Did you watch First Take today?
No.
Okay. You know how many Cowboy segments they had on First Take today?
A lot.
How many on Undisputed?
Sure.
How many on Good Morning Football? Texans had one.
That's what I'm saying. They're not competing.
Well, because they're not good yet, but they're on their way.
Maybe.
I mean,
better hope all those free agents pan out because, it's a crapshoot.
It really is.
It is.
It really is.
Let's hope that all the free agents that the Texans have gone out and gotten will live up to the billing because I'm sure D'Amico Ryans, you can get a chance to interview those guys.
Well, and I mean, some of those guys he's known because he's not that far removed. Pledge, put that back up there, please. Pledge. Thank you. The only way the Texans get into the conversation where people give a damn is if they're attached to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Which is what Good Morning Football did today. Which team do you feel more confident heading into the 2024 NFL draft? Texans or Cowboys?
Texans. I'll answer that right away.
And it's weird because, we're
What's
talking
your
about
answer?
the draft. The Texans, great. I mean,
what's your answer? Texans?
Yes.
Okay.
I love what the Texans have done. And where they're going. And a lot of that starts with C.J. Stroud and what Nick Caserio has been able to turn a battleship.
Been fantastic, yeah.
In a pretty short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he's got a lot of money to spend. He's made some good trades, but he's made some good signings.
Yeah. No, he has.
And because he's not up against the salary cap window like Jerry Jones is, he's able to go do some things like that.
And he got lucky with C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
He got lucky that Davis Mills broke my heart. Cost me money by winning the last game of the season to get that number 2 pick instead of the number 1 pick. So he got lucky there, and you got to get lucky. Look, the Cowboys got lucky with Micah Parsons.
They got lucky with Dak Prescott.
They got lucky with him too.
They got lucky with a lot of these guys.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Mm-hmm. What it's all about. Hey, Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say the Cowboys can't be all in if they don't go get a running back, defensive tackle, and some linebackers.
Wow. Is there a store for all of those things, Mario? Because that's a lot of problems that the Cowboys have.
And that's not even mentioning the offensive line that they need help on.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Mario, about 3rd in the NFC East this year?
Shut up.
Maybe even 4th. Washington might even beat them.
Really? Exactly. I mean, look, and if you're a Cowboy fan, this is what I find interesting this offseason. It feels like I'm hearing the same song again, right? We've seen this movie before. Early exit, Cowboy fans pissed. What is it about this year that has Cowboy fans so salty, so negative? Because it's not like this is a position we've never seen before. It's not like this is new. Have Cowboy fans finally had enough? Because I do think Jerry Jones knows no matter what, that stadium's going to be full. He's going to sell $1 gazillion worth of gear, and he is ratings gold every time they were on.
Sure.
No matter what happens. And it's been that way since their last Super Bowl win. No matter who they've trotted out at quarterback, no matter what they've done, whether it was Chan Gailey as coach or, Dave Campo as coach, whatever they've done, Quincy Carter, Drew Henson, all these guys, they've been close. There's hope. There's all this kind of stuff. This year, this offseason, the frustration level seems greater than what we've seen in the past at this point. Why is that? Have Cowboy fans finally had enough? Have you had enough, Cowboy fans, where you're saying, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to go to a game this year. I'll find something else to do on a Sunday afternoon.
That's not going to happen.
All right. I'm getting rid of all my Cowboy gear, and I'm going to buy Texans gear because I like CJ.
Nobody's going to do that.
Nobody's going to do that, but the frustration level
I think it's because they got embarrassed in the playoffs. When everybody had their hopes up that the Cowboys did everything was slotted correctly. Everything worked out perfectly with the Eagles collapse, getting the number 2 seed, 2 games at home, undefeated at home for 15, 16 games. And then they get embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers.
We weren't embarrassed at home 2 years ago by San Francisco.
No,
I mean,
not like this one.
Dude,
no.
we had that game at home, and San Francisco punched them in the mouth, and they didn't get up. I mean, they played better against San Francisco on the road.
Bay did.
Well, that's it. I mean, so what is different this year? Because those were all 12-win teams. I mean, the frustration, the early exit, all of it. I mean, the only real difference, you had that road win at Tampa Bay against a subpar Brady-led team at the time, and
a below 500 team yes.
Quite honestly, I mean, it is a playoff win that does go on the resume, but nobody really seems to count it because we all know that was a bad Tampa Bay team that only was there because they won a bad division. So what is different this year? The frustration level, the early round exits, all of it feels the same. You just replace Green Bay with San Francisco. Is that because that's so much more embarrassing?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
that San Francisco game, if I recall,
that San Francisco game 2 years ago,
was it 13-7? Was that the final?
No, it was like 19-12 or something like that.
But at least
that was the one.
Cowboys still had a chance in that game. They had an opportunity to win that game.
I mean, so you get run out versus losing a close game.
Yeah, it makes a difference when it's 27-0 in the first quarter.
I guess, because those other two, what if one play here, what if one play there? You feel like you had a chance to win. This offseason, the frustration levels just seem so much greater. Looking on comments on YouTube, the lack of activity in free agency. Dude, it's the same. I mean, go do a little research. When was the last time they were active this early in the free agency period?
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the Cowboy fan wants to see something different.
Well, sure.
Try something different.
But why this year? What has happened this year?
If your wife cheats on you 10 times and you take her back every time, that 11th time might be the final straw.
All right. So now it feels like we're seeing counseling. We're ready to file those divorce papers. I mean, was that the final straw? You lost to that team with yellow pants. I mean, this offseason is not any different than the last, 10.
But it's the same. Exactly. It's the same thing every year. And people are frustrated, and they should be. They should be frustrated. And I think it's about time. I mean, Cowboy fans, most of them are like you. Well, it's fine. Let Jerry do what he does. No free agency. That's fine. Don't every year. Joe, they'll have somebody playing running back.
They will.
Don't worry about it. Well, sure.
But here's the thing. You just said most Cowboy fans are like me. They're not.
They are.
I try to tell you the truth. Look, I told you, they ain't going to do anything early. Don't be surprised. Don't let it get you down.
We're still surprised.
Yeah, people are still surprised.
Of course.
Right? So
because Jerry said all in. And we swam up to that thing like a trout, bit that hook, and he reeled us in again. That's why.
Joe with a fishing reference. That was out of left field.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Bass Pro Shop once.
Did you get naked and jump in the tank?
No, I didn't. But I'm ready to go right now. Let's get the pitchforks in the fire and let's go jump in the tank.
Not sure where to go with that. It's just mental images I don't want in my mind.
We get to suck on that all week.
I really don't want that in my mind. You at a Bass Pro Shop.
Naked in the tank.
You're not in Florida.
No. Gobbler's Knob.
And that water's cold, too.
I'm sure it is. That's why that poor dude had no issue. The police just trotted him out there with no covering. The water was so cold. We got a good 12 inches here.
Don't put a swimming pool in there. It's not a tank. A tank has a lid on it. If there's no lid on it, the swimming pool, you're allowed to jump in. I mean, I see the logic. Not really.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for you, Cowboy fan.
I can tell. I can tell. All in, my ass.
Yes. You see the one I got that I sent you guys? A friend of mine sent it to me. It said all in. It showed a guy with his head right up his behind.
Yeah.
All in.
Mm-hmm.
Every inch of that head was in there.
Mm-hmm. That'd look good on a T-shirt.
It would.
You could take that over to Sammy and says, hey, can you take this and put it on a T-shirt? And Sammy says, sure.
Yeah.
I can do that for you. You need a T-shirt screen printed. Go to Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Whether you need T-shirts, screen printed, your logo on a T-shirt, your logo on a golf shirt, a dress shirt, whatever kind of shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms done, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. Nobody has better prices, and Sam has all the big name brands. No order too small, certainly no order too big. You need one item, a dozen items, 2 dozen, 5,000, 10,000. Sam will get you taken care of, and all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all. Tri-County. Over there, pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for an import, we have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in store or online at Ancira.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? Well, Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has helped over 35,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares, and they may be able to help you too. If you were misled into signing a timeshare agreement, that is a lifetime commitment. If you were told timeshare is a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, you need to get the facts about timeshare cancellation. For over 10 years, Wesley Financial Group has been dedicated to helping folks get out of a lifetime of debt by canceling their timeshares. So they created a timeshare exit information kit, which reveals how the timeshare industry works and what your options are for cancellation. Simply call Wesley right now and they will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. See how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Again, 800-761-0000.
San Antonians love a good party, and the Valero Texas Open is one you don't want to miss. Enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. So buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 4th through the 7th.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have been mentioned in free agent signings. They haven't done anything yet, but there is a mutual interest, we are told, by free agent running back A.J. Dillon and the Cowboys. Giants and Colts also are interested. Texans made another move today. They traded defensive tackle Malik Collins to the 49ers for a 7th-round pick, and the Spurs lose again. They're back in action in Austin Friday against Denver.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
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 Oh, that was bad.
Well, jeez. I feel like I just ran a marathon.
I mean, you didn't. You had 3 humps and,
that's about
2
about
solid,
all it
and then
is.
the third one was a little off kilter.
Story of my life.
But you got to make up for last hour.
How many you want?
6.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Oh, wow. He can't do 6. He can only do 2 solid.
I did 3, but I threw in an Al Roker.
Mm-hmm. You got a yes from Grace Hansen.
That's Grace's father, apparently.
What?
That's what he said earlier. I'm not Grace. I'm her father. So welcome, Grace's father.
So Mr. Hansen is using his daughter's YouTube channel.
Apparently so. I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I feel a lot better.
Do you?
Yeah. Al Roker apparently was trying to steal our little bit there, and
it
didn't work out too well, did it?
Yeah. We've got spies everywhere.
I know it.
Something happens, people will let us know. Somebody's doing this, and like Al Roker was doing that today. But Al Roker doesn't say hump day. He just he points to his producer like Pledge, and you get the mics.
Hump day.
And then you get Caleb the Camel. And they have all kinds of fun with that.
That's
like
cheating.
It's a new thing.
Yeah, like whatever.
Like he discovered that was a bit.
I think they've been listening to the show. Thought, hey man, you hear what they're doing?
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea,
We
Jim.
had to do it.
Yes.
It's a great idea, Jim.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's possible, howdy. To just be able to do that. That's that. I mean, then, I get Rob Thompson in the morning.
Yeah.
Saying that we never wear shorts to work.
That's what he said?
That's what he said this morning.
What did somebody ask him that or what?
Well, you put it in your next day promo about what is Rob going to wear Friday at the Rue Pub when he is sitting in for you. So kind of an old school Blitz broadcast this Friday at the Rue Pub from 2 to 6. And I joked that Rob is going to wear his khaki shorts and a A&M fishing shirt, his uniform of the day. But he wears pants to work every day, but he leaves at 3:00 in the morning. It's cold, and you thought he would show up in slacks.
Well, I thought so. He's got those khaki slacks that he wears.
Yes. But why he thinks I never wear shorts?
We all do. In fact, I wish I was wearing them today.
It will soon be. I wore shorts the other day, and Kevin Brock was making fun of how white my legs are.
Well, they are white.
Well, they're not that white.
Dude, they're whiter than that piece of paper in front of me right there.
That is
they're
not
whiter
true.
than this mic flag
That
right here, I'm
is
telling you.
not true.
No, it is true.
I mean, parts of my leg is, the upper parts, but you didn't see that.
I had to wear sunglasses when you came in the room.
That's not true.
Oh, man.
That's not true.
Who opened the door?
Come on now. I do need some sun, but
Yes,
they're not
you
that
do.
white.
Yes. Well, depends on your definition of white.
Dude, you're no more tanner than I am. I mean, you're not.
Yeah, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. I'm just a straight black guy. Exactly.
I mean, that's true too.
See?
That is very true. Glad you clarified that you're straight.
That's funny. Yeah.
That was about coffee, by the way.
Yes, it was, by the way. It was. Uh-huh. I was on the show with RJ a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
He asked me, how do you take a coffee? And I'm a straight black guy.
And Edwin turned that into a drop.
Exactly. He did. You never know when you say something on this radio station between Edwin and Pledge, you'll hear it the next day.
Yeah, you will. You will. Josh Jimenez says, best birthday gift, a hump day from Joe Reinagel.
Happy birthday, Joshua.
The humpers are going crazy.
Yes, they are. If you're out on the freeway, 4 o'clock, we'll do it again. Everybody roll down your window and scream.
Jason the Friendly Ghost, pasty white. It's not that white. I wouldn't determine it as pasty or friendly ghost white.
Uh-huh.
But I probably do need some sun, but it's not that bad.
You need some sun, Minix. I will tell you that.
I will say, though, because I mean, not to be too descriptive, but you get upper thigh area and you could definitely see white. But that's everybody, right? Not quite that way.
Of course.
I mean, but that's just about everybody.
Well, of course.
Right.
But if you're wearing shorts, you expect the part that's coming out of the shorts to have some color to it.
Well, I do have some color.
White.
Well, no, I've got some color.
That is a color.
I don't have a lot of color, but I got some color. It's not the same as my socks.
So it's off-white.
Mauve. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Texas A&M is getting a new athletic director. Nebraska is going to be the new director of athletics at Texas A&M.
We'll talk to Andrew Monaco about that when he joins us later in the show. But it's funny because I saw that on X from Tex Aggs. And the comments underneath that were kind of surprised me a little bit. Most of the Aggies were like, can't we just get somebody from Texas A&M for that? Why do we have to go out and get somebody else from another school?
I understand you want homegrown. I understand you want an athletic director that understands Aggieism. But this is a good hire for Texas A&M.
I think it is, too.
And to be honest, I don't know what you're looking for when you're hiring an athletic director. I have an idea, but from the political nature of the job, the fundraising parts of the job, and you look at what Trev Alberts has done at Nebraska, by all accounts, from those that know that aren't inside Aggie land, they seem to be applauding this hire. A lot of people have said, I can't believe he's leaving Nebraska. That's a good get for Texas A&M. But I understand wanting the homegrown. It's like Moncaco spent 2 years there. Well, we want him to be the head coach. He's one of us.
Yeah.
Like he's been
exactly.
He's been to fish camp. He's one of us. Well, don't make Trev go to fish camp. He'll figure it out. But from a running an athletic department perspective, this looks like a home run hire for Texas A&M.
Well, I mean, this guy has all the credentials, no doubt. Look, Nebraska hasn't exactly set the world on fire lately. But again, this guy's resume and credentials look good.
You look at Nebraska football going back to what we expect it to be, but just in all the sports. I mean, football is on the rise. They had the record for the most attended volleyball game when they played it at the football field. I mean, they've done some creative things, and it's not just football, all sports. And I do think from an A&M perspective, that's going to be huge. And knowing about a baseball stadium that they want to build and some of the other stuff, by all accounts, this looks like a good hire. Not being an Aggie on the outside looking in, I think A&M found a great one.
I just want to hear his howdy.
Howdy. He's working on that now.
I hope he better be before any kind of press conference. Gotta have that down. Elko, see, he didn't get a chance to work on it. Elko's just a goofball. Howdy. Howdy. Duty.
Yeah. Right.
Come on.
Uh-huh. I mean, we'll see. And probably at some point when he officially takes the job, we'll get him on the show and we'll have him work on his howdies.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Because that's all that matters to Joe Reinagel. Can you say howdy properly?
We need to get Elko on here and see if he's improved his howdy.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
No, but we will.
Yeah.
Spring football's coming up, by the way.
Yeah. Exactly. Caitlin Clark.
What a great story.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other college athlete since maybe Zion that has become bigger than the sport. But Caitlin Clark has done that. The ratings for Iowa women's basketball are beating men's basketball games.
They are.
The idea that Fox is trying to give her money to stay in school. When you see these ratings, you understand why. Dude, can we all pony up? You don't need to go to the WNBA. Stay in college because the ratings are incredible. And what's great about that, while everybody is tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark, you're seeing all the other athletes on the floor that she's playing against. And not only are people tuning in to watch her, they're staying with the game. So it's not like people just tune in and watch for a couple minutes and bounce. They are watching entire games. In radio, we call it TSL, time spent listening. And I know there's a different term in television, but it's not like people tune in and it peaks at the end of a game if it's close or whatever. People are watching entire women's basketball games in record numbers when Caitlin Clark is on the floor.
Now, I didn't see this, and I should know this before I even spit it out. But did they win the Big Ten tournament? I'm not sure if they did. We'll find out. But I mean, you know that everybody's hoping that they go on to win a national championship now before she leaves. Saw something the other day that she's third on the list of NIL money that this particular, and I think it was on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Bronny James makes the most money right now for NIL. It's about $5 million.
Yep.
And then it's Shedeur Sanders, and then Caitlin Clark. And she's making about $3 million right now. Obviously, she's not even going to get anywhere close to that in the WNBA, but she wants to go play with the best women players in the world. So I admire her for that. She could she could make a hell of a lot more money staying in school. But, I admire her decision, and I'm happy that she wants to put her game with the best women in the world, and I admire that.
Although I do think while her playing salary will go down, if you could say it that way.
It will.
She will still have national endorsements. And if you're the WNBA, aren't you hoping she is a draw for WNBA games?
Absolutely.
Like she is for college games. But I think some of those major company endorsements are still going to be there because she's got all of it, a total package, the it factor.
Yeah.
She's got all of that that's going to translate whether she's playing in college or she's playing at the WNBA level. But you look at the tournament run, obviously you've got South Carolina, you've got LSU, you've got so many solid teams that she's going to have to go against. But Iowa is going to be the tournament darling team because I think all of us want to see Caitlin Clark win a national championship.
There's no doubt about it.
And unless she's playing a team that you care about that jersey, you're going to be rooting for Iowa women's basketball, which if I'd have told you that 3 years ago, you'd have laughed at me. But it's the beauty of sport, isn't it?
It is. It's fun. I watched the game where she set the record.
Yeah.
And wanted to. And my wife wanted to watch. And so, they're their third back-to-back Big Ten national championship. They won that on Sunday, beating Nebraska. How about that? So they won the Big Ten.
Third straight Big Ten championship.
How about that?
You know, and what you like about Caitlin Clark is just she seems I don't know, just so down to earth. She hasn't got caught up in being a superstar, even though she knows she is. I love when you see just her natural instincts, like coming off the floor and instead of going straight to the locker room, signing autographs for a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
You know, just such a role model for so many young kids, but especially young girls. And she doesn't have to do that. She hasn't gotten full of herself. Kind of like a dude that signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, guy named Landon Dickerson. Hard for me to become a fan of anybody that wears that color while they're wearing that color. But I like this guy. Just signed an extension worth $87 million. A
lot of money.
A lot of money. So, dude, Landon, he's doing his press conference. What are you going to buy with all this money?
How do you wrap your head around that, that level of money, I guess? And, what do you plan on doing with it?
I mean, I have a financial advisor for a reason. I don't know. I may go get a new lawnmower. Something I've been looking into.
Riding?
Yeah, zero turn.
Zero turn, baby.
The BMW or Mercedes of riding lawnmowers.
Absolutely, man. I could get a lawn guy, but I'm just going to get me a better lawnmower. I got $87 million. What are you going to do? I'm getting a lawnmower, zero turn.
Dude, I thought that was a classic answer.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to show you that these guys, first of all, they're young men, right? As old as I am, they're kids. But I mean, they're still thinking about stuff like that. And I just thought it was refreshing.
Yeah, no, I love that answer. And, next time we see him, he's going to have a John Deere hat on because they're going to send him one of those cool tractors.
Kidding.
There's more money to be made with that answer, Landon. Yes,
kidding.
sir.
Yeah.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Coming up, Texans crushing it in free agency. Are they now legit contenders in the AFC? We'll dive into that here on the Blitz.
I'll tell you who's a legit contender, and that is Stevens Roofing. In fact, they're the champions of roofing. There is only one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. That is Stevens Roofing. And look, we've had some rain today. It's in the forecast for the rest of the week, but the spring storms are coming. You want to make sure that your roof is where it needs to be. The best way to do that is call the folks at Stevens Roofing. Have them come out and check your roof to make sure that everything is right with it. Look, if you need a new roof, call Stevens Roofing. If you want an upgrade, call Stevens Roofing. Whatever you need when it comes to roofing, Stevens Roofing is the number you should call, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. But call Stevens Roofing. Get ready for what you know is coming, those spring storms with the hail and all that comes with it. Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is set Monday, March 25th at Golf Club of Texas with plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A four-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of four can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation, Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B today.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-823-1687. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-823-1687. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-823-1687. That's 800-823-1687. Again, 800-823-1687.
At Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Vokey SM10 wedges, made for lower flight, improved feel, and maximum spin. Unlock your ultimate wedge. Play with the new Vokey SM10 wedges. Visit us in store at Edwin Watts Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Retired construction worker Jesse Munoz had knee pain off the charts.
1 to 10, my pain was like a 10. It was completely unbearable.
Doctors told him he needed both knees replaced, but Jesse found a better idea. QC Kinetics, all natural regenerative medicine treatments, and the results were astonishing.
That was the best decision I could have done because of QC Kinetics. I'm able to continue doing what I've always loved to do.
Jesse's back to living a great pain-free life with 5 kids and 12 grandchildren.
If it hadn't been for QC Kinetics, I would have had to stop with my grandkids 5 years ago. They've given me my life back.
Don't let joint pain rob you of your life with your loved ones. Call QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics gave me the life that I had dreamt of with my kids and my grandkids and then my great-grandkids.
Lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. When a cold comes on strong, try DayQuil's Severe Honey Flavor. The daytime, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, Honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a Honeylicious taste, so a cold won't slow you down. Get back to your day feeling relieved, enjoying the delicious flavor of DayQuil Severe Honey. DayQuil Severe Honey Flavor soothes your symptoms with a delicious taste. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We're heading to Vegas in a couple of weeks. The Blitz in Vegas. It's going to be an unforgettable weekend at Circa Las Vegas for opening day, plus the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. We're going to be doing our show, The Blitz, live in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas on the 28th and 29th. You guys can go too. You want a great guys weekend? Go to sasportstar.com, and they're on the Blitz page. Sometimes it's on the main page, but just go find that link, because you could click that link and it will take you to a link with Circa that will get you discounted rooms for that weekend, 20% off your rooms. Minix 20 is the code, but it's very specific on the date. So it's a lot easier if you just go to SA Sports Star.
Go to the website
and click that. And if you're out there, hit us up on social. Let us know you're there. We will hang out with you while we're out there. Whatever cool stuff we're doing, if we can get you in, we're going to get you in. I'm told, like, when we're doing our show, you'll be able to come wherever we are. I'm not sure yet if we're doing our show one day in the sports book inside and then the next day out by the pool, or both days out by the pool. Some of it might be weather, but we're going to be out there, and
live out there noon to 4.
What are you saying? So we're our show ends at 4:00 Vegas time.
Yes, drinking at 4:01.
Which means, we've got all night.
Well, so one of the management types that's going with us on this trip, not Spence. Just for clarity for out there, she made dinner reservations at some place on Thursday night. And she texted me like, "Well, I'm thinking about 8:00." And I said, maybe earlier.
Yeah.
And she said, why? I said, well, I know me in Vegas. I know Joe in Vegas. We get off work at 4 and we got to be somewhere at 8. There's a good chance that ends up being a girls' night dinner.
It could be.
Because with all the games going on, everything going on.
Yeah.
Or you get hot at a table. I'm not leaving to go get ready to go to dinner.
No.
There's 4 hours of I'm gonna find something else to do, and I ain't going to dinner.
See, that's the problem and the good thing about being out there. We get off at 4:00. I mean, games will already be starting.
Yes.
A lot of those start
Sweet
at
16
6:00.
games will start at 6:00 that you'll be able to listen to
absolutely
right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
So that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, the games are already on.
Yes.
Right. So it's going to be tough to go anywhere.
So if we're having dinner at, I don't know, 5:30 or 6, I'm going to watch games. I can go get ready in 3 minutes. So, but it's like,
a good burger or hot dog in the sports bar sounds pretty good.
It really does. But this is her favorite restaurant in Las Vegas, and she's management. So,
that's a good point.
Exactly.
Yes. Well,
it's like on Friday night, another friend's like, all right, man, we're going to Barry's, that great steakhouse there at Circa. At what time? It could be the same thing. Could be the same thing.
Wow.
Pledge is getting salty about not going on this one.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
We've taken him places. There's a reason we don't.
Well, I've never taken him anywhere.
Well,
I've heard stories though.
Yes, be thankful.
I have heard stories.
I mean, I took him to Birmingham one time. With the Commanders.
Didn't work out too well.
Pledge had a great time. He might not remember Birmingham.
Maybe not.
But he had a great time.
Well, that's good.
And we were at a bar that if you bought a certain drink, they gave you a Sex Panther tattoo.
Really?
Yes.
What does a Sex Panther tattoo look like? Are there pictures of this tattoo?
You can look at Pledge's inner thigh and find out.
Oh, it's a real tattoo.
He's got 2 of them.
Oh my gosh! Well, I don't need to know. I really don't need to know.
If you really want to know,
no, I don't. I have no desire to know what a Sex Panther looks like on Pledge's leg.
Inner thigh.
No, I'm good.
Inner thigh.
I'm good. I can go and I'll sleep great tonight, not knowing what a Sex Panther tattoo looks like.
We went to a steakhouse there in Birmingham. There's a reason why the Alliance went out of business, because they ran out of money in a hurry. And they brought these steaks out literally on a cutting board. That was fantastic. This won't surprise you. Pledge is the only one that finished his entire steak.
I believe that.
And then he finished everybody else's steak.
Yeah, I believe it.
And then he thought he got to keep all the cutting boards.
We had to feed that panther.
The panther came after that night. How he had room for those, I have no idea. Yeah.
Well, sorry, Pledge. This is somebody's got to stay here and make sure we sound good.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going.
Y'all want me for that?
The fact that this trip is so big that management is going.
I mean, let's be honest. You guys are going to Vegas. I think I need to go on that one.
But there is a mission in mind.
Yeah.
It's not just a vacation.
Oh, this isn't a one-time thing, which is why they're going, because this is the start of hopefully a lot of things we're going to do with Circa Las Vegas.
A nice partnership with Circa Las Vegas.
So book your rooms. Meet us out there.
It's going to be a blast. Do it.
SASportsStar.com. I know I wanted to talk Texans this segment. Cowboy James has been on hold for 38 minutes He can wait another 30. Let's legitimately, Cowboy James, hang on, man. We'll get to you soon. Because I give the Texans a lot of crap, and I have for the last couple years. Longtime listeners of this show know that I used to call the Texans my AFC team, my side chick team, all that kind of stuff. I liked the Texans and what they were doing until they hired Bill O'Brien. And he took them down the dumpster chute.
Yep.
Loved D'Amico, loved him as a player. And I love what they're doing now. CJ, the draft, Nick Caserio. And it's interesting. I don't know Nick Caserio at all. I think I've talked to him twice. But there for a while, I was not sure what Nick was doing because I thought he was so tied to Bill O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Caserio is proving to be a worthy keep for the McNair family. Because remember, there was all that talk that he was going to go back to New England to be the GM. And they're like, I never knew that he was really, truly a member of that Texans organization, almost like a yes guy for Bill O'Brien. And, who was the other guy that was, what's his name?
Jack Easterby.
Yeah, that dude. There was just so much about that whole management system tree that you just didn't trust. And I can tell you, watching Nick Caserio work without those two guys in the mix has been incredible. And what he has done this offseason, and I know Nick Caserio as the GM is getting all the credit, but I think a lot of this is more D'Amico Ryans, especially with some of the players that they're able to sign. That defensive front next year with some of the moves that they have made. And I'm still expecting a big one, a former 49er, to end up in Houston.
Could be. He was just released, by the way, by the Niners, officially designated as a post-June 1, and it's going to save the 49ers a lot of money. But it could happen. The fact that they went out and signed, what was the guy's name pledged yesterday from Minnesota?
Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, that guy. I'm not sure that they make this move now with Armstead.
I know, but and maybe seeing how Nick has worked, all right, man, I don't want to deal with competition, so I'll just trade. I thought maybe there might have been a trade into work. But Eric Armstead does have interest from Houston.
Well, of course he does.
That's no
Who
surprise.
wouldn't have interest in this guy?
And the Lions and the Bengals, and sometimes it's about fit. Sometimes it's generally all about the money. If the money is close, you're going to go where you want to go. And it does seem like because you've got a young quarterback in C.J. Stroud, a coach in D'Amico Ryans, that Houston has become a destination where players want to go. And being in a state like Texas with the friendlier tax laws, Houston all of a sudden is going to become one of those attractive spots. And I know Caserio getting a ton of credit. I think most of this is the D'Amico Ryans effect.
But you got to give Caserio credit for hiring the guy that is getting the credit, if that's where you're going. Look, as soon as Caserio left New England over, they went in the toilet.
Yep.
So I think Nick Caserio is very underrated when it comes to general managers, and I think the guy should get a lot more credit than he does. Now, granted, D'Amico Ryans, with the reputation he has, players are going to want to come play for him. So, but Caserio, I think he deserves a lot of credit. I think he's one of the best GMs in the National Football League right now, and he's proven it. And he proved it when they went out and hired D'Amico Ryans.
Now, when you look at the AFC South, I think Houston is going to be the favorite to repeat as champions. Even though Jacksonville has had a nice offseason, but Houston looks like, and I say legit contenders. You still have Baltimore. Cleveland looks like they're coming along. You still have Buffalo. Who knows with Miami? The Jets, depends on Aaron Rodgers if he's running for vice president or not. And you still have Kansas City that you're going to have to deal with.
Yes.
And who the hell knows with the Chargers, since they have a quarterback, but and I haven't even mentioned Cincinnati yet. I think I did say Baltimore.
Did you say
right?
Baltimore?
You got Cincinnati. I mean, the AFC North is still going to be brutal. But when you look at the Houston Texans and say they're legit contenders, Super Bowl contenders, I guess they're in that conversation. Favorites right now, maybe fourth, fifth, if you were to kind of maybe six, but somewhere they could be one of those teams that could surprise you and end up there.
I don't know, but they've got a very difficult schedule this year.
It's going to be
on the road
schedule.
Against Dallas, Green Bay, Minnesota, Kansas City on the road. You've got a lot of tough road games, not to mention home games. They play Baltimore, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit's coming in. So it's a tough schedule that Houston's going to have to navigate. And again, I've been saying this, CJ Stroud, the best overcome it, but defensive coordinator is going to have a game plan for CJ Stroud this year.
Yep.
He was unknown last year. This year he's not. They're going to have tape on him. They're going to watch him. The great ones overcome that, and I have every reason to believe that CJ will do that, but he will be played differently this year than he was last year.
Got a couple of 3 teams left available for our Spring Golf Classic. Then we'll be officially sold out. So make sure you get your foursome signed up, or you can sign up as an individual. sasportstar.com. Our Spring Golf Classic coming up on March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling. Hole-in-one opportunities for $50,000 and a trip to the big game presented by Ancira Auto Group. Then we're going to have the after party over at 90 Proof Bar and Grill there at the corner of 90 and Lucky Ranch Road, just a couple of minutes from the Golf Club of Texas. So get your foursome signed up at sasportstar.com and join us on Monday, March 25th out at the Golf Club of Texas, which, man, I tell you what, they are doing a lot of work out there and investing a lot in that golf tournament. It's going to be spectacular if it's been a while since you played out there at the Golf Club of Texas.
It's really true, Jason. If you haven't been out there in a while, you haven't been out there. New grass they're putting in out there, new cart paths they're putting in out there. I'm not talking about just fixing the cart paths, brand new cart paths. The amount of money that they're spending out there to renovate the Golf Club of Texas will make your head spin. They're doing it because they want to be the premier golf course in San Antonio, and they're on their way. There's no doubt about it. It's not a country club. It is a public golf course and club, but it feels like a country club. Open to the public 7 days a week. Golf Club of Texas would offer some of the best course conditions in town with the friendliest staff, and those conditions are getting better and better and better. Not to mention the fact they've got the Tin Cup restaurant out there, and they've got some happy hour specials beginning today. In fact, it's every day from 5 o'clock to close. $3 well liquors, $3 16-ounce domestics, and $4 16-ounce import drafts. There's no better place to go spend a happy hour than the Golf Club of Texas and the Tin Cup. Get on out there. You got to see this place. Can't wait to see you guys for our golf tournament, but get on out there and get a practice round or two in before that happens. It's the Golf Club of Texas, Briggs Ranch Road, right there off Highway 90. Go check them out, golfcluboftexas.com. It is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
The legendary Roger Clemens joined the show. What do you make of the Astros and Rangers chances as we get ready for 2024?
Well, first of all, I think we've been spoiled in Houston over the last 7 years.
Totally.
What Mr. Crane and his staff, what they brought to Minute Maid, and we're spoiled really in the state of Texas now with the Rangers winning and Boch doing his thing. Great manager. What a great time to be a baseball fan in the state of Texas.
Be sure to catch the Morning Huddle weekdays from 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is open with a true Vegas feel. The Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. Whether you are seeking high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Rue Pub, offers daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road.
March is National Nutrition Month. Metro Health invites you to go beyond the table to celebrate food and its role in health and wellness. Whether we eat around a dinner table, on the go, or at a restaurant, choosing what we eat is important. Stay nourished on any budget. Metro Health offers information and resources to help you and your family savor your health. For tips, recipes, and much more, visit sa.gov/health. Eat well, feel great.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. Or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most. If you've been injured, get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Picture this. It's Saturday morning and you're on your John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground on your new landscaping project. Next, you're moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever. And now, you're enjoying the warmth of the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand everything you can do with a John Deere compact tractor, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
This Entertainment Insider is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With the series finale of Curb Your Enthusiasm only weeks away, actress Cheryl Hines says saying goodbye won't be easy.
I'm not really ready. I'm not ready. Wow. Although, that being said, I feel so fortunate that we've come this far. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. I'm going to miss it.
See why over 28 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at progressive.com.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wendy Wednesday. He was off last night.
He sure was. It's something about the Rockets. They just play him a little differently than other teams, apparently.
Sengun didn't play last night.
I know, but they still made it tough on him.
Yeah. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Make sure you subscribe to the Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Buddy of mine just sent me a clip from Mike Fisher, who covers the Cowboys up in Dallas, with this idea that we'll play this year and see what happens. Everybody's on a one-year deal. Don't extend Dak. And after this year, when you fall short, let Dak walk, Zach walk, Tank's going to walk, everybody's going to walk, whole new coaching staff, same general manager, and just start over. And Mike Fisher,
Spit it out.
You know damn well that isn't going to happen. They're not going to go back to going through what they went through with quarterbacks, looking for a quarterback from Troy Aikman till they had Tony Romo. You know, it's a fun game to play. Can you name them all? And nobody can. Even the guys that were there can't. It's ridiculous because it is so hard to find a quarterback. And no matter what you think of Dak, 25 teams would love to have him, and he would be an upgrade. I love you, Dak. You just want somebody else to be mad at. He's going to get paid. But I do think the one thing, because there might be a point like Minnesota just got with Kirk Cousins. All right, dude, we've invested a ton in you. We're not going to keep doing that. I don't see the Cowboys doing that because they have an 81-year-old owner who wants to win another Super Bowl before he's dead. And even though he says he's got a lot of years left, ain't nobody really know that. When you're 81, you're just happy when you wake up every morning and you go from there. I just don't see the Cowboys going to an all-out rebuild or doing something with Dak to make him play on the final year, risk him leaving in free agency with nothing in return, because that's what would happen if he plays this year on the final year. He would become an unrestricted free agent. Then it's a bidding war that if you were to keep him, it would cost you a lot more than it will this year. But without a real replacement on the roster, I just don't see the Cowboys doing that.
At some point in time, you've got to come to the realization that Dak is not going to be there forever. So at some point in time, and I've got a message for Mr. Jones. I love you. But if you're still dreaming of a Super Bowl before you're off of this earth, I wouldn't keep dreaming that. Look,
we all dream, man.
Well, the Cowboys have got a lot of rebuilding to do. I think they missed their biggest window that there is. I really do. And I don't think it looks dimmer going into this season than it did. And they may add some pieces, and they may wow us all, tongue in cheek, coming down the line, like they did with Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. That might all happen. I don't believe whether you re-sign Dak or give him an extension or not, I don't think that Mike Fisher story is that far off base. Let him go. That's why I get so upset. Why not go all in this year? Why not do that? Why not sign a guy like Derrick Henry or name somebody, name some guy and go all in and make this your year and then do it. The time for building and developing has been going on for way too long, and it's got to end somewhere.
The idea that they're always working on a 5-year plan, so they're not going all in this year.
Well, they're never going to go all in.
Well, but what I'm saying, though, what you just said, Mike Fisher, maybe. I think exactly what you just said of what the Cowboys didn't do is why this is just, clickbait for Mike Fisher. This is just to get tweets and reactions on social, which is fine. That's, that's the business. But that ain't going to happen. Not going to happen at all. Now, had they spent $9 million on a Derrick Henry, or they went after one of those other running backs and overspend because Jerry said he was going to go all in, and you don't do Dak, all right, man, we're giving you all the tools 1 year. Let's go make it happen, and we'll pick up the pieces and figure stuff out later. But they haven't done any of that, which tells me it's going to be what we thought it was. At some point this offseason, Dak is going to get his extension, and they're going to try to make it work with the guys that they have and then fill in, because you've got Dak making all that money. You're going to pay Micah. You're going to pay CD. So you got to get a budget running back. You're going to have, somebody on the offensive line that isn't costing you. Yeah, absolutely. You got a couple of nice pieces. What's the high-end furniture store?
I have no idea.
You bought a couple of things at that high-end furniture store, and the rest is IKEA stuff that you put together, and you still have extra parts, and you're not sure where they go.
Exactly, and none of that translated into anything any different than what we've seen over the last 26 years or whatever it has been. None of that does. You pay Dak, you pay CD, you pay Micah, all of that money. You're going to have to go on a budget. And look, I don't think it's that far-fetched. I think it was a big mistake to leave Mike McCarthy hanging. I think he should have been fired. You fire Mike McCarthy, you start over. Then you give Dak your extension, and then maybe a new coach can come in and do something. What they did to Mike McCarthy, I think, is just horrible. And I know that's the Cowboys way and all of that. I'm sick of hearing about the Cowboys way.
Well,
because it doesn't work.
Well, you talk out of both sides of your mouth on so many different things.
How is that?
Well, I can't believe they've got Mike McCarthy on a 1-year deal. What has he done to earn a contract extension?
He should have been fired.
All right. Well, he still has a contract. He's got one more year. I mean,
Jerry doesn't want to pay him for not working.
Jerry doesn't care about paying a guy for not working.
Obviously,
right?
he does. That's what the Cowboys do.
He's done. No, he's paid coaches not to work before. But I mean, you look at what Mike McCarthy has done. He's won 12 games each of the last 3 years.
Yippee.
Dak Prescott was second in MVP voting this year. That offense was far better than it was under Kellen Moore. Right? Did he do anything to earn an extension? Probably. Jerry didn't want to give him one yet, but there was no reason to fire him after the year that he had.
There was a reason, and it happened. He should have not walked off the field at AT&T Stadium after that debacle that happened in that playoff game against Green Bay.
So you think that one game is the reason he should be fired?
That's all
but
that
you
matters.
But you also said he should have got an extension.
Well,
that's what I mean. You're talking out of both sides.
No, I never said he should have gotten an extension. I said you either fire the guy or give him an extension. You got to do one or the other. You let him hang like this in a 1 year deal.
Well, why not make him earn it next year? I mean,
earn what?
An extension.
So when he gets fired in the middle of the season,
all right.
And what? You got Mike Zimmer, who's on a 1 year deal.
If he gets fired in the middle of the season, next year is going to be awful anyway.
Yeah, but you're still, if you extend Dak, you're still stuck with him. Then what do you do?
Jerry doesn't seem to be opposed to Dak like you do, right? I mean, Jerry thinks Dak is the guy.
Well, here's all I'll ask then. Stop wishing, Jerry, for a Super Bowl before you die, because it's not going to happen. Just make as much money as you can. Make it happen, put it in your pocket, will it to your kids and your grandkids, because that's all you're getting. A Super Bowl's out of reach. It's not happening.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is no chance.
There's always a chance.
There's no chance.
There is always a chance. Cowboy James, appreciate your patience, man. You're on the Blitz.
Oh, man, thank you for taking my call, man. You make me think I'm at the Social Security office. They just called my number.
You've been on hold for an hour and 10 minutes, man. Make it good.
Okay, I'm about to. The frustration, you talked about it. The frustration comes, like Joe said, the Green Bay game. That was the start of it. The way we got handled, I mean, the San Francisco game, at least we were in the game. And to see other teams take position players that we need and us not do anything, even though you said we wasn't going to do anything, we know that they don't do anything. But that's just frustrating. I mean, you know, we should at least try to do something instead of waiting on the leftovers. They are professional players, but they're not the cream. And as far as us burning our Cowboy stuff or whatever, no, that's not good. That's not going to happen. But if I buy a ticket this year, it's to go see Lamar or Joe Burrow because that's who they got at home. Everybody knows I'm a Cowboy fan. I wear it on my prosthetic every day. So it's not like I'm a hidden fan. I am a diehard. But we got to do something different, Joe. I mean, Jason, you know it, I know it, and that's why us as fans, we are frustrated.
That a boy, Cowboy James. Great call.
Get it off your chest, man.
Yes.
Get it off your chest.
It helps.
It does.
It does.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, a little.
A little?
A little bit.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Maybe not.
I didn't think so. I mean,
There'll be
you
some
got a little
more
sweat building up on your brow.
There'll be some. It's a little shiny. I need a little makeup.
Yeah, you really do.
Dude, it's a little hot in here, isn't it?
No, it's just you.
I just Cowboy James said it. It's frustrating that you keep continually have the same game plan year after year after year after year, and you don't get any farther than you did the year before.
Maybe the frustration. I mean, Cowboy James, and we've met him before. He loves showing off. He's got the prosthetic leg, man, and it's all cowboyed up, and I'm worried that guy's gonna throw it out the window, and then I don't know.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that unless you're at a place where you can go back and get it. You need that thing. Diehard fan, frustrated as hell.
Sure,
right? You're saying right now they got no chance at winning a Super Bowl.
I don't see it.
None whatsoever. Yet, like Cowboy James, That's going to be his nickname. He's not going to get a new leg and become Texan James. It ain't going to happen, right? And he's not going to repaint it in different colors. Not going to happen. But maybe this year. Maybe this year. Now, granted, it's still March. There's still time for the cycle for the meme to stay accurate. At some point this offseason, we're going to go Super Bowl, right? Cowboys, Super Bowl, right? But maybe people like you giving them no chance and not talking about them is what they need, so they're not playing with that pressure that they clearly cannot handle in January.
Unfortunately, everybody's still going to be talking about them, good, bad, or indifferent.
But the pressure would be different. I mean, because Mike McCarthy has told us this is a championship team without a damn trophy.
We have established a championship program. It's just not the world championship yet.
Yeah, that's the only one that matters.
It's the NFC East championship team,
well,
I guess.
There hasn't been a repeat NFC East champion in, 20 years? Whew. So we might not even get a hat or a T-shirt this year.
Well, maybe they'll go 3 in a row. NFC East champions. That would be a great honor for the Cowboys.
Yeah. You got to win 2 in a row to get to 3.
Buy into us.
Just buy in,
Mike. I'm buying in, baby. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Mike McCarthy. You lame duck, you.
Mm-hmm. What are we wooing over there? We just got to woo. We got a pledgegasm on the other side of the... You wooed that?
Why are you wooing that?
What the hell is that a woo for, man? I mean, you do a pledgegasm like that, and I'm thinking 3-note sting. I mean, that boy just screamed so loud on the other side of the glass, people down in the break room heard him, and it's because Mason Rudolph has signed a 1-year deal with the Tennessee Titans? The hell is wrong with you, Pledge?
I have no idea. He's going to Tennessee to back up Will Levis.
What is that, Pledge?
I'm not sure why.
Oh, I mean, but I want to know what the reaction was for. I see something like that. He jumped up.
He did.
He wooed. He sounded like a woo-woo girl at a concert, which I thought was going to be something big for his Texans. Or maybe the Cowboys did something besides sign a long snapper.
Now, he would have fainted if that had happened.
And you're going to tell me about Mason Rudolph and a 1-year deal with the Titans? You need to check your woo-woo, man, because that was not pledgegasm worthy. It wasn't.
Why are you so excited about that, Pledge?
Because the Titans are a dumpster fire.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Look, Pledge getting all cocky now. Remember, the Texans have made some signings and some big and now, he's all cocky over there.
Titans are a dumpster fire.
That's right. Titans still own the Oilers, so that's all that matters.
That's yeah. Grab at that same straw.
So I guess the Oilers are a dumpster fire.
My goodness. Come on, Pledge. What was that? Get me all excited.
Oh, that's happened to you before. Get you all excited and just leave you hanging.
Well, not for Mason Rudolph. I mean, come on. I mean, this massive tea bag. That's what that was. Come on. And I thought there was going to be reason for Cowboy fans to smile.
No.
Though I tell you what, a couple more weeks, when the Invisalign is done, I'll have a better smile when there is reason for Cowboy fans for the Cowboys to do something that's going to make me smile. I'm into week 4 of the 21-week Invisalign process from Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. It's interesting because you go to the dentist and they're like, all right, you want to do Invisalign, and but I've had this issue with the tooth and wanting to figure out something to keep stuff from getting stuck every time you eat and carrying dental floss. And, basically the way to fix that was Invisalign or braces. So I went with the Invisalign process, and it is so much easier than I thought it was going to be. If you've had a dentist suggest that to you, or if you're thinking about it, go see Dr. Smith over at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Invisalign, maybe orthodontics for the kiddos. Over there at Smile Structure, they can handle all your dentistry needs, general dentistry to oral surgery. So if it's been a while since you've been to the dentist, you need a new dentist, go see Dr. Smith and the great crew over there at Smile Structure. They can handle everything from emergency situations, cleanings, whitenings, crowns, fillings, dental implants, wisdom teeth extraction. They offer general anesthesia, sedation, and cosmetic dentistry. And right now, you can get a free exam and x-rays when you mention 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Spring break time. Get your kids in to see the dentist. Book that appointment at smilestructure.com. Medicaid and all PPO insurance is accepted. They offer a dental savings plan if you don't have dental insurance. Smile Structure, veteran owned and operated. Dr. Smith, former Army Ranger. They offer discounts for uninsured veterans. 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more. Book an appointment online. The website, smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Blight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Blight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Blight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
World Championship Boxing is coming to San Antonio. Freddie Roach, legendary trainer of rising star Gio Cabrera, will be headlining the boxing event of the year at the Boeing Tech Port Arena. Stars like Justin Figueroa, Shariah Moreau, along with several Texas fighters are set to light up the ring. Don't miss this epic showdown. Saturday, March 30th. Doors open at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at dnpboxing.com or call 210-600-3699 for details. Brought to you by Everlast, Quintana Rum, and Desi Martinez Promotions.
LL Flooring, we've been a trusted partner to pros for over 30 years. With over 400 nationwide warehouses full of in-stock, job-ready inventory, you'll get what you need. And our exclusive pro pricing means that pros never pay retail. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. So we're going to do it right. Sign up for a free pro account today to start getting pro benefits. LL Flooring, every step covered.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You know what happens when a smart group of medical professionals get together and commit to a technology designed to relieve your aching joints without surgery? It's called QC Kinetics.
And this guy knows the power of a solid team. Emmitt Smith, football legend and Dancing with the Stars champ.
This elite medical group, some of them orthopedic doctors, got together and said, why are we prescribing so many medications? Why are we sending so many people to surgery in droves? Let's change this.
The answer? Natural biologics, our own healing properties. And the outcome is the country's largest provider of non-surgical regenerative treatments, QC Kinetics.
Actually, the real outcome are the tens of thousands of patients who finally got their quality of life back without surgery, thanks to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Quick update on the UTSA Roadrunners. They are playing in the AAC tournament. They're playing Temple this afternoon. Right now, they're in the second half with about 8 minutes to play. They trail Temple 47-44. Dallas Cowboys, so they're going to get a running back, A.J. Dillon. It's being reported that he has interest, and the Cowboys do as well. And the Texans traded Malik Collins to San Francisco.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
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 That's 4 o'clock. You get 4.
You get 4?
Those were 4 great ones, too.
Were they great?
That Camel's never sounded any better.
Here we go.
Should be the Camel voice.
Uh-huh.
Mike.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mike.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pledge always tries to get you to do the yeah.
That's what he says at the end. When Mike finally, or whoever the hell that guy is, finally says it's hump day, he goes, yeah.
Yeah. Now Roker's still in your bit, too.
What's up with that guy?
I mean, granted, you're stealing it from the damn Camel.
I put a nice twist on it.
What's your twist?
I say it better than the Camel.
Hump day.
I'm better than that Camel. Or whoever the hell is voicing that dude.
That guy's probably getting a lot more money from Geico. Or got more. Geico is getting more money or more run off this commercial 10 years after it stopped running.
And no kidding. They are. And they're not even bringing it back. What was it during the Super Bowl? They had the caveman back.
Oh, the Camel's agent. He's like Todd France.
But he probably is.
You know?
Dak Prescott wants to be the highest paid camel on TV.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's a lot of camels on TV.
Well, he still wants to be the highest paid.
Well, I mean,
he's got to set the market, the camel market. I love that camel.
I mean, there are a lot of varieties of things on television where you might be able to couch that in there, and he wants to be paid like them.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yes.
I just don't know why they bring the caveman back, although it's funny, too.
Well, I mean, leave you wanting more, man.
I know it. The camel's got to come back. He's got to come back.
What, does he?
Of course.
Does he?
Because they're all making fun of the lizard now.
Why are they making fun of the lizard?
Well, because he's like the big star.
Well,
so the caveman feels bad, and he should be the big star. And now the camel's going to come back and say, hey, tell that lizard, I must break you.
Wow. Don't do that again.
Poor guy. Keeping you alive there, Caleb Camel. The hell's his name? Is it Caleb?
Yeah. Is he still alive?
I
mean, do we know that?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe that's why they can't bring him back. Maybe it's a dead camel.
You had a son?
I mean, do you replace that camel with a different camel?
Well, yeah, you get a camel and you let me voice it. Pay me millions of dollars and I'll be happy.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I'm a hell of a lot better than whoever that voiced that first one.
I find this hilarious. Pledge is trying to show us a video of Caleb the Camel, and we get a USA ad right before the Geico commercial runs.
Well, I guess this is the dude that is the voice.
Oh, that's the voice?
Apparently.
Ah.
Some dude named Chris Sullivan.
Yeah, he looks like he would be the voice of the camel.
Sure.
He's made a lot of money doing that.
What do you have to look like to be a voice of a camel? Is there a certain look for that? I'm wondering. If there is, that dude's him.
I mean, sure, why not? I mean, Pledge puts it on the screen like I'm supposed to know that's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. That's your competition, Ryan Nagel. You look at him and say, I could take him.
I could take him.
I can take him.
In more ways than one. He's a wimp.
Now you're just calling him a wimp.
I just did.
You're just mean.
Take that.
You're so hateful at times.
Uh-huh. That's it.
Mm-hmm. What is that the same camel? That's in the commercials? That looked like a different camel. The one they trotted out at the Super Bowl between the Broncos and the Steelers.
The Broncos and the Seahawks.
Broncos and the Seahawks.
So how long ago was this? Pledge has got this up on the screen if you're out driving around.
That was
2014.
So you know. Yeah, that was the Super Bowl
2014
in New York.
Okay.
At MetLife Stadium.
So that's when Caleb was at his best, in his prime.
In his prime.
Yeah.
So was Russell Wilson, ironically.
Yeah, well, talking to Terry Bradshaw.
How about that?
Well, Russell Wilson's going to be just fine with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unfortunately for him, he had two horrible head coaches that just ruined him.
How about that? Peyton Manning won that Super Bowl. Or really, the Broncos defense won that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Caleb put on a hell of a performance.
Wasn't that the Legion of Boom's defense that won that one?
In New York?
Yeah.
You could double check it, but did Seattle win that one?
Yeah, because Peyton won the one against Cam Newton and
in San Francisco.
Nate Askew.
In San Francisco.
The Seahawks actually beat the hell out of the Broncos, 43-8.
Yeah, because Peyton wasn't good in that game.
Yeah, 43-8 was the final score there.
My memory isn't as good as it used to be.
Well, neither is mine, but there's a nice thing here called Google.
Yeah.
That helps improve all of our memories. Oh, look at the little breaking news.
What?
The Titans, along with Mason Rudolph, are signing Jaguar star wide receiver Calvin Ridley. How about that?
Bombshell.
It's a bombshell. It's breaking news. Ian Rappaport. So not only get Mason, they get Calvin to go along with Will.
Now, hang on a second. We might have to check and see who's right here. Jordan Schultz from Bleacher Report says Calvin Ridley is re-signing with the Jaguars.
I don't know. Who are you going to trust?
Ian Rappaport says the Titans are signing Jaguar star Calvin Ridley
to a 4-year, $92 million deal, $50 million fully guaranteed.
But Jordan Schultz, like the very next tweet, is Jordan Schultz breaking Calvin Ridley re-signing with the Jaguars.
Wow. Well, who are you going to trust?
I mean,
you got.
Where's Shefty to weigh in on this and break the tie?
He just did, and he says he's signing with the Tennessee Titans.
So Jordan Schultz is wrong, huh?
He's wrong, according to Shefty and Rappaport.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do you see Jordan Schultz's tweet?
I don't see it.
Right here. Look on your screen.
Oh, I'm not looking there.
Huh. So we'll see.
Well, why would Jordan Schultz do that? He obviously got some bad info. Bad info, dude.
Well, let's see how long it takes him to delete the tweet. Oh, that's Shefty. And Jordan Schultz
he just
retweeted
reposted it.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley's market. Should I screen grab this?
I think you should.
Before it goes away.
It's going to go away.
Before he could delete the tweet.
No, we'll give him a break.
I mean, it does happen.
But I'm just saying.
Looks like it's already been deleted.
You know, no disrespect to Jordan Schultz, but if Ian Rappaport and Shefty double team you, you're wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, those two guys know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody on our YouTube page and probably out driving around said those guys are so desperate for the Cowboys to do something. We're getting all excited.
Well, let's keep in mind
for these signings with everybody else.
Despite what you hear from Joe Reinagle, he's a Tennessee Titans fan, so he should be very excited about that.
You know, there's a story behind that as well.
I know.
Followed the Oilers to Tennessee. Not really a Titans fan per se.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I like to see them do well, especially when they're wearing those great-looking Oiler uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Andrew Moncaco will join us coming up in about 15 minutes or so. Talk a little Aggie basketball as they get ready for the SEC tournament. The Spurs head coach Greg Popovich last night gave a little peek into the future for the San Antonio Spurs in great detail on their rebuilding plans. We'll tell you about that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, let me tell you about the Big Blind. They have got something that is starting tonight, 7:15 p.m. You can get in on a $6,000 tournament for only $60 buy-in. And you can rebuy for only $60. Normally it's $120. They're cutting it right in half. It starts tonight. Get down to the Big Blind. Get involved in some high-action tournament poker playing. It is a lot of fun, and the Big Blind is the place to play. It is an upscale environment. It caters to players of all abilities. And look, I've been to a lot of poker rooms around San Antonio. None of them come even close to comparing to the Big Blind. It is the premier place. TVs all around, full bar, great food, anything you could want, the Big Blind has it. Look, it's from the owners of the Roo Pub of the Angry Elephant. You know it is going to be first class, and it certainly is. There are TVs all around. You're not going to miss any of the action at all. The Big Blind, if you haven't been there, why not? You need to get in there and have some fun. The Big Blind, the premier poker room in San Antonio. It's right there, right down from the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is set. Monday, March 25th at Golf Club of Texas. With plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation. Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you are dealing with any issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. They have a great experienced staff. No commission sales reps that provide estimates and second opinions. And it's that time of year where you want to get your AC tuned up and ready for the hot summer months that are coming. At Quartermoon, they have great maintenance programs that ensures your unit is ready for every season. Now, if you need a new AC unit, they've got a sale right now for a limited time. All 14 SEER up to 3-ton AC systems are just $69.99 installed. So call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. 651 online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Did you hear? Macy's one-day sale is going on today. Refresh your wardrobe for spring with great deals on brands you know, like 40 to 60% off Anne Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, Style & Co. and more. And add your flair with 30 to 50% off shoes, handbags, and accessories. Plus, get 15 to 65% off home updates from Cuisinart, Lennox, and more. Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase, except gift card services and fees. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Nothing slows my little girl down, except a stuffy nose. Mommy. That's why I use Sinex Children's Saline from Vicks. Sinex instantly clears mucus in everyday stuffy little noses with a gentle, ultra-fine mist designed for kids. Just Sinex? Breathe. Her stuffy nose is gone for now. And so is she.
Sinex Children's Saline. Sinex, breathe. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. If you've done grilling over the last couple of days, make sure you upload those photos at sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page. Because on Thursday, which will be tomorrow, we're going to judge meat, give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
Love giving away other people's money.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And always fun judging meat.
Yes, that too.
Tomorrow's great steak day, so make sure you get over to Tri-County Meat Market.
Do you get your steak today, or do you have to wait till tomorrow?
Well, I didn't get one today, so I guess I got to go by tomorrow.
They're open till 7.
Yeah.
You can get in there.
All right. The Spurs lost again last night.
Did they?
They did.
Wow.
What I find interesting is what Greg Popovich said pregame. And what he said pregame about the future of the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, it makes sense, and you know, it's Pop being Pop, but for him to say he's not sure what the plan is just total BS.
We tend to know, what we're going to do. We have a lot of possibilities ahead of us, whether it's money in the bank or draft picks, being creative, trade-wise, all those things are on the table. But aren't they for every team? I don't know why we're any different. We're just younger.
You see, that it was great up there. I'm buying in. Yes, go Pop. That's awesome.
I mean, the beginning of it, I don't pretend to know. Can you just play the beginning of that pledge?
I don't pretend to know.
I mean, look.
Pop just goes off to wine country in the offseason and leaves it all to Brian Wright.
I mean,
that's what it sounds like.
They constantly are evaluating players.
We all have opinions every day. Coaches meet every day. We talk about that sort of thing along with everything else. So when the season ends, obviously we'll sit down, with management and have that discussion. But whether it's a young team or an older team, every team has that discussion. There are changes made every year. So that just goes with the territory.
Yeah, but we don't care about other teams, Pop. We only care about your team and what you're going to do with a generational talent like Victor Wembanyama, and how are you going to surround this young man and make this team better, at least get them into the conversation of sniffing the playoffs.
When you look at it, and again, the headline in the Express News, Pop holds Spurs rebuild plans close to the vest. All right, fair. I don't expect Pop to lay out a plan. We know they're going to build around Victor. He's the centerpiece. Everything is there. But there was one thing in the Express News, that article, and it's a quote that I just find, quote, if your organization is unable to understand that rebuilding takes time, then you just never get there. We're fortunate because we've always had, under the leadership of the Holt family, the ability to do what we think has been best. We're grateful for that. The line right before that, Tom Worsborn writes, one thing is certain, Popovich and general manager Brian Wright don't expect to feel any pressure from Spurs managing partner Peter J. Holt.
Well, of course not.
I mean, I get Pop might not feeling pressure, but how does Brian Wright not feel any pressure? And I know the Spurs way. I get that. But this is going to be our 5th straight year with no playoffs. Worse this year with Wemby than last year in trying to get Wemby, and a general manager that is not worried about losing his job. He's the only GM in pro sports that probably has that luxury. I've said before, Pop is the only coach that can have a record like he has had over the last several years with no fear of losing his job, although Steve Kerr is not having a great year, and he just got a crazy extension for 2 years to make him the highest paid coach.
Yeah, but it's all about history and what you've done, and that's what Pop is riding on. The Spurs were a dynasty for 20 years, and that happened. So I just have to believe that even Greg Popovich saying everything you just said, rebuilding, going slow and all of that, I can't imagine that he actually feels that way. Greg Popovich has won for so long, and I just can't imagine that he is not going to be involved and put a team on the floor that has a good mix of young players and veterans to go with Victor Wembanyama that can make this team, number one, not make some of the silly mistakes that they make game in and game out. And number two, have an opportunity to get the wheels rolling again towards, being relevant in the NBA. Right now, the Spurs are not relevant, and the only reason they are is because of Wemby. That's it. Otherwise, they'd be an afterthought.
Well, that's it. I mean, Wemby makes them interesting. Although last couple of games, is Wemby hitting a rookie wall? I mean, I look at the activity last night. Now, I liked what I saw from Trey Jones last night, scoring-wise, 24 points, 9 of 15 shooting. But, dude, you're the point guard. You only had 5 assists. If I see Wemby with 12 shots and Trey Jones with 15, generally that's a red flag for me. Devin Vassell, you're a scorer. He only took 6 shots last night.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the Rockets' defense preventing them. I mean, it was just a rather bizarre game, but I just look at Victor, and he didn't get to the free throw line either. Took 1 free throw last night. A whole bunch of threes. Is the idea he's going to get to 65 games and get shut down looks more realistic today than maybe I would have thought 2 weeks ago, because Wemby has kept saying how much he wants to keep playing. And I think the more he plays, the better. But you do wonder if he's hitting that rookie wall, which is the second time this season we've had a conversation about Wemby and a rookie wall.
Well, it could be, but keep in mind, he just had a week off. I mean, he missed a couple of games with so-called sprained ankle or whatever the case was. Look, I think the Rockets and Ime Udoka have a plan for this guy. They do. Last night they didn't have Sengun, but Pop was explaining that the Rockets used small guys around Wemby to harass him.
Well, a lot of little guys can get into a big guy like that and, make it tough, and they double teamed him every time. So if somebody's going to be guarded that way, everybody else has to participate, and you have to do it a different way.
And I guess they didn't. Trey Jones maybe thought he had to do whatever Pop is talking about there. But look, the Rockets have guarded Wemby better than anybody else in the league. I don't think there's any question about it. It was Sengun the other night. And then last night it was the little guys. Maybe Ime Udoka has a game plan for one Wemby.
Well, and Udoka's was a physical player. His teams have all been physical, and Wemby said, "Yeah, Houston, they play me physical."
The physicality, the energy. It's every night a challenge. But this is a very aggressive team defensively. So this is what's hard.
And again, it goes to show that and Boston's playing well, so it's hard to argue. And I know there were some things there behind the scenes, but Ime Udoka is an up and comer. Yep. And I just think he's going to do a great job there in Houston. Now, look, they brought in some veterans, and it hasn't really worked out for them all that well. But I think he's going to make something out of that ball club.
Well, second quarter last night was the bad quarter. Third quarter wasn't great, but Houston was better in the third quarter. And quite honestly, as weird of a game as it was for the Spurs, they still had an opportunity to win. And winning close, tight games, they haven't been able to figure that part out yet. Things are on the line and things get tight, and they make dumb plays down the stretch that cost them. I mean,
it does.
It's last night wasn't near as frustrating, say, as the other night at Sacramento with a game that they should have won. But I don't know if I should be celebrating Trey Jones today or mad at him. 24 points from that dude was incredible. But I need more than 12 shots from Vic. And I don't need Vic to a 7. Get in the paint, get physical, let him foul you, get to the free throw line.
That's the idea, isn't it?
I mean, we were 7-3.
And
7-3 and one free throw, that doesn't add up.
Is he 7-3 or 4?
5.
What is he today?
6.
I don't know what.
Well, he played 6-8 yesterday, and that's a problem.
It is a problem. It's Houston. He doesn't like red uniforms, apparently.
Apparently not. What about your maroon? The Aggies in the SEC tournament, a game tomorrow that you can listen to here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. They're in Nashville right now. The voice of the Aggies, Andrew Moncaco, will join us next because, boy, they are a definite bubble team, or the Texas A&M Aggies.
No question about it. And I can't wait to see Andrew, and I'm going to see him very clearly because, well, my friends at Parkhurst New Vision. Lens replacement surgery, I had that last summer, and I tell you what, it's just been a game changer for me for a year now. It's hard to believe that it's been almost a full year since I had that done, but my life has changed dramatically. My wife, Maggie, had lens replacement surgery as well. She is loving life. No more readers, no more glasses, none of that stuff. It is just, again, a game changer. I don't know how else to describe it. The folks at Parkhurst New Vision, though, can do the same thing for you. You got to take that first step. Call them, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. The pros at Parkhurst New Vision will make you feel fantastic about the decision you're about to make. Here's what you do. When you call them, 210-585-2020, set up your appointment for a consultation. Go in there, ask all your questions. Tell them that I sent you, Joe Reinagle from the Blitz, and then ask them. And they will educate you on everything that they were about to do. It is just the best place. Sincerely, it is. They've changed my life. They can do the same for you. Call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020.
It's coming. It's almost here.
Monster Jam. A 15 seed will head to the Elite Eights.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Want to see the dedication and discipline it takes to become a world champion boxer? Witness 21-1 world-ranked Gio Cabrera, trained by the legendary Freddie Roach, who's worked with the likes of champion Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and Julio Cesar Chavez. Come to training, exhibition, and fan experience at Smoke, Texas and Sky Bar, located at 501 East Crockett in downtown San Antonio. Free to the public. Thursday, March 28th, starting at 5 p.m. Go to dmpboxing.com. Brought to you by Everlast, Quintana Rum, and Desi Martinez Promotions.
Hi, it's Jason Minix from the Blitz. Did you know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s? So if you're feeling a lack of energy and drive, it could be caused by low T. Get your levels tested at Synergenics. They make it quick and easy, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll get your results back at your first visit. At Synergenics, you will get customized care from testosterone specialists. Book your appointment now. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March, where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen, where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sportsbook there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 Marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance. Because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started today.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. March conference tournaments going on. Bad news for UTSA, although not surprising. They played it tough today against Temple. And like the other day, they lost on a last-second shot to the Owls. This time, UTSA had a chance at a last-second 3. It didn't go. The UTSA Roadrunners one and done in the American tournament.
They actually had a couple of 3-pointers. Both of them clanked off the back of the glass, and they come up short. So, Steve Henson, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, probably won't be long before we hear that they're looking for a new basketball coach there at UTSA, as he was playing out the final year of his contract. And you think about the importance of conference tournaments for the Aggies. They need a good run in this tournament to make the NCAA tournament. They want to go to the big dance. Let's talk about it with the voice of the Aggies, Andrew Moncaco, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. A big game coming up tomorrow against Ole Miss, a game you can hear here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Andrew, how's Nashville treating you, my friend?
Nashville always treats us well. Great place to have a tournament. Just a great city overall. So I was just joking. It's fun not to have to play on a Wednesday. That means you're not one of the bottom 4 teams.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not that it's any easier having to win 4 to win this tournament, but it is much better to have to start on a Thursday.
Well, I tell you what do you make of the Aggies? This team is kind of been they look good sometimes, Andrew, and then sometimes not so much. It's kind of been an up and down season for the Aggies.
Yeah, Buzz Williams purposely, Joe, beefed up the non-conference from a couple of years ago when they did not make the tournament. And with that means you're going to have to usually play games on the road when you're doing that. But they went 9-4 in the non-conference, and that included losses to Houston at Toyota Center. They played Memphis, but they had gone to Ohio State. They started it. They did well in Orlando. Joe, they in and out of the lineup has been, they played without Boots Radford for the early part of this season. Henry Coleman III has been in and out. You know, Buzz said something after the win on Saturday against Oxford. He's grateful for all of it, the ups and the downs. But they put themselves in a situation. I think the numbers are good, but I think they're on the outside looking in. And I'm going to be honest, I don't trust the committee at all after the last couple of years. I thought they should have been in 2 years ago, and I thought they were seeded way too low last year. But they can put some things in their own. Look, they've got to play Ole Miss again. I don't think that's easy. And with a win, it's then Kentucky. And then, you know, if you keep on winning, Buzz has said, look, we can take it out of the committee's hands. And you know, can you run the table in this? They've been very good in this tournament, though, the last 2 years. They've been to the tournament finals each of the last 2 years. There's a different team, but I think they're playing some of their best basketball right now on a 3-game winning streak going into this tournament.
When you talk, Andrew Moncaco, about the 3-game winning streak, and that has followed a 5-game losing streak, and coming off of a blowout win over Ole Miss, 86-60, you get a big win like that, and then you got to turn around and play that same team again. What's the mindset that Coach Williams is going to try to instill into his players going into this one, that it's not a gimme, and the importance of we need a big run here in Nashville to get to the big dance?
You can't be the same team that won on Saturday. You know Ole Miss is going to change. You can't be the same. You've got to improve the things that you did not do well on Saturday. You look at that, and can you defend a little bit better? They let their point guard, Jalen Murray, go off a little bit. Can you defend him better? I think they've got one of the really good scorers in this league in Matthew Morrell. And I like Alan Flanagan. I liked him at Auburn, and his dad, Wes Flanagan, became one of the coaches for Chris Beard, who's a very good coach as well. They have senior talent. Guys, I think that experience matters. Jamin Breakfield's another one. So you can't just say, oh, we did this on Saturday and just pretend it's going to happen again. Go make it happen. What's really, I think, energized this lineup is the play of Manny Obaseki, making it a 3-guard lineup with him, Wade Taylor, and Boots Radford. And again, there's the experience of Boots as he's in his grad season, and allows Wade Taylor to be off the ball, not constantly on the ball. Great decision-making by Wade as well. But you can't just assume it's going to be the same result because the same 2 teams are back on the floor. I think you've got to polish your flaws and keep the aggressive attitude that I thought they played with last Saturday.
Well, you know, Andrew, obviously Buzz Williams is experienced at all of this kind of stuff. Who on that Aggie roster do you expect to shut out the noise and come to play and lead this team?
The leading will always come from Wade Taylor, guys, as the point guard. But I'm appreciating and enjoying that there are precious few minutes left for Boots Radford. I think he's got a next level poise. I'm not saying he's going to play in the NBA. He's got a next level poise that when all heck breaks loose, Boots wants that ball, late shot clock, he'll take a defender. I just think there's so much that he does. Wade's a little more vocal than Boots, but Boots is very much by action. I'm telling you, another person that I really, really enjoy watching is Anderson Garcia. I think the energy that he does, what he does, the stuff he doesn't need the ball in his hands, from the offensive rebounds and giving the Aggies a second chance. He's much better on defensive rebounds. But Anderson is one of those guys that, you know, ball on the floor, he's the first on the floor. There's so much, he affects the game so much. And I think that's infectious for the rest of this team. But Joe, if I had to pick one, I think it's that poise of Boots Radford and just the way and I think there's a combination of the confidence, having played for Buzz at Virginia Tech and now here at Texas A&M. When Boots plays well, this team has a really good chance.
Andrew Moncaco, the voice of the Aggies, joining us here on the Blitz. Again, Aggies Ole Miss tomorrow. You can listen to that game and the great Andrew Moncaco right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The idea, Andrew, and like Joe Lunardi has the Aggies as the first four out, being a bubble team, and right now Lunardi has 7 SEC teams getting into the tournament. Knowing your own distrust of the committee, what and everybody that wears maroon and their distrust of the committee, how much tournament talk is there between the players, between the coaches? How much pressure are they putting on themselves, knowing that if they're one and done, or they only get to say Friday, it ain't going to be enough? Is there almost too much pressure, or are they putting that kind of pressure on themselves?
They understand what is at stake. I will have to say this though: 2 years ago, where the tournament did not matter, Lunardi had us in 2 years ago, and so he was wrong. And again, it's unofficial. I get it. There's a lot of the measurables, but I think the Aggies know that. But they also know this is where Buzz is really good. You can't affect what's going to happen on Friday until you do what you do on Thursday. So Ole Miss and I know it sounds cliche, but this team's really good about not worrying about if Tennessee wins, if Arkansas wins, this and that. It matters, Can you win the opening tip? Can you win the first media timeout? Things like that. They're very good at that. And then handle what you can handle. But of course, it's in the back of their mind. They liked going to the NCAA tournament last year. They want to make it back to back. But if they lose to Ole Miss, you're not going to have that chance. And then you take your chances. If you do win, Kentucky's up next, and then you hope you get to Saturday and then to Sunday. I think this team has been very good about not ignoring what is out there. They know what the goal is. Look, when the season began, they want to go to Phoenix. Last year, they wanted to go to Houston. There is that goal, but you have to take each of those steps. And I think that's what Buzz and this staff is very good about, controlling, the other cliche, control the controllables. And right now, that's the rematch and the third matchup this year with Ole Miss that comes tomorrow night. But do they know it? Yeah. And they can affect it, but they've got to play. They've got to keep playing their best basketball in order to give themselves a very good chance. I think this is my thought. I think if you lose, I think it's more harmful in a conference tournament. I think when you have to keep winning, but I'm not so sure it helps you as much as people think. Like 2 years ago, the tournament in Tampa didn't matter. We found that out from the committee, that their mind was already made up. A loss, I think, hurts you. A win can help you, but I'm not sure it helps you as much because sometimes their mind's already made up.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be fun to watch. March college basketball always is. But Andrew, I'm a football guy. I got to ask you a question.
Here we go.
I've seen some mock drafts, and a couple of them have the Cowboys at some point, some in the second round, taking Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker there. What can you tell us about Edgerrin? And you think he'd be a good fit with the Dallas Cowboys?
Crazy athletic, Joe. I mean, crazy athletic, and where he has come in his 4 years. This past off season, he's always had the athleticism very early for Edgerrin. I remember there was during one of the practices that freelance isn't the right word, but I remember that he was told by Mike Elko, and he said, Edgerrin, when you do this against New Mexico, it's a 12-yard gain. If you do this by being in the wrong position and hurting the rest of the defense, in the SEC, that's a touchdown. If you watched Edgerrin Cooper this last year, the way he devoured film, took it to the field, he is as active a linebacker, and I mean affects things as a rusher, as a tackler. Now, that helped because of the defensive line having a McKinley Jackson up front. But as sure a tackler as we have, I think he understood his role, Joe, where he fits, not just next to Torian York at linebacker, but where he fits and how he affects the entire defense. But when it came to what, and that meant film and the extra time and the lifting and getting quicker and this and that. And I love talking to his teammates about Edgerrin Cooper. I think it would be, I'm going to mix metaphors. That would be a home run pick for Dallas. I am a huge Edgerrin Cooper fan. I think he took it to another level this year. I thought he was one of the best linebackers in the SEC in the country, and we were all disappointed he was not one of the finalists for the Butkus Award. I thought that was a slap in the face, but I think Edgerrin Cooper is a fantastic linebacker. I think that would be an awesome pick for the Cowboys.
Well, and I know you just sold Joe, but I mean, honestly, watching him, did you think, or at the end of the year, first, second round talent, or more second, third round talent?
First and second. Again, I know it's all needs. I totally get it when it comes to that. I think he's one of the best linebackers in the country. I just think it was game in, game out. It wasn't just Coop made a dozen tackles in one game. I thought that consistency was absolutely there. Look, I think Torian York helped him. He's an impressive freshman, but I just think Coop solidified that linebacking position, and it helped that he played for a linebacker as a DC. DJ Durkin had the linebackers. I thought late first, early second for Edgerrin Cooper the way he's played. I thought he was outstanding this year.
Well, most of the two mock drafts that I saw that had the Cowboys taking him, it was in the second round because I think they're going to go offensive line in the first round. But so if Edgerrin's there, that could very well be it. So I appreciate the insight there. So now I've got to ask you about somebody else. Trev Alberts.
New boss.
Now, I'm telling you, when I saw this today earlier, Andrew, when it was announced on Texas Aggies, and then I looked at the comments by a lot of Aggies that said, why in the world don't we hire an Aggie for this job? Why didn't they hire an Aggie, Andrew?
I think Trev Alberts blew everybody away, Joe, from our understanding. I mean, we all woke up to this. There had been some names going around, but they did this about the same way that they did the head coaching hire before they brought in Elko. There wasn't a lot of rumors in this one, and the committee that was put together, apparently Trev Alberts blew them away. And our understanding was, of all the interviews and everybody, that he was the one who shined the best. There were some good candidates in here. We had heard some things that leaked out. There were some good candidates. Some were internal as well, but apparently Trev Alberts just blew everybody away, and that's why he's coming in. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think he's coming into a good situation as well at Texas A&M. He doesn't have to clean house with a bunch of things. I think he's got some good people that he can work with in the athletic department. Obviously, a lot of the coaching hires are taken care of. He inherits an awful lot of good ones. And I think it's that attractive. If you're going to leave a place like Nebraska, where he did an awful lot of work there, if you're going to leave a place like that, I think it says a lot about Texas A&M that he comes here to continue his career with the Aggies. I understand where everybody's coming from when it comes to that. But sometimes, when you get in that hiring process, there are some people that flat out blow you away. And apparently that's my understanding. That's how impressive Trev Alberts was when he was talking with this committee.
Andrew Moncaco, the voice of the Aggies, always impressive. Here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Andrew, help me out here, because when I see reactions like what Joe is talking about, and I get the Aggie way, and you want to hire within, and kind of like Moncaco, spent a couple years there, but he's one of us. Like, he went to fish camp, he became one of us. Everybody else on the outside world that understands athletic directors and what their responsibilities are talking about this being a home run hire for Texas A&M. What is it about Aggies that just always want to see somebody from the organization, from inside, get promoted up? Like, why are you bringing this outsider in? Because that's the only negativity that I'm seeing on this, and that to me is a little baffling.
The thing that gets me is, after a couple years, if Trev Alberts absolutely buys into this, he'll be known as an Aggie. I think that's the thing. I think by the time Ross Bjork left, I think everybody realizes that, yeah, he went to different schools, he was at different schools, but for the 5 years, he was all in when it came to A&M. You've got to, I think the key is, yes, there's that thought of being, on the outside, but when you come and embrace the university, when you embrace not just all the sports teams, I think if you embrace the entire university, that's what really helps. And I think with some of the coaches, I think they absolutely get that. I'm thinking Jim Schlossnagle with baseball, the way that he's absolutely embraced all of Texas A&M, and I think that will be the case for Trev Alberts as well to come in here and do that. If you act like you're above it and you're outside of it, it's going to be very hard to be accepted. And I think because he is known, I think there's also something to saying, to get him to leave Nebraska, I think is a big thing. Bill Byrne did that, and that was a successful transition. When Bill Byrne came to Texas A&M, a lot of things happened in that period, and you certainly hope that that's the same thing. Like I said, I think it's an attractive job. I really do. And to attract someone like that, a name like that, to come here, I think says a lot about the job. But no, Aggies, you guys all know when you're not in it, it's a cult, and when you are, it's a network. So that's the way it goes.
Fair enough.
And we certainly hope that Trev becomes part of the network.
So at what point do you sit him down through the howdy class so he gets the howdies done right? Because Elko still needs to work on his howdy.
Yeah, that's going to be a big thing. You certainly hope that's going to be the first word out of his mouth. You know, we're bringing in someone who absolutely knows media, don't we? And Trev, he's been on TV an awful lot, so he gets that. So I think that's going to be a thing that's going to be polished as well. But yeah, the howdy, yeah, that will go a long way if that's the first word out of his mouth on the introduction.
All right, Andrew, I got to tell you, we've got Elko, we've got Jimbo Fisher. We need a howdy from Andrew Moncaco.
You need another one? Are you rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
We're rolling, yeah.
Gotcha. Howdy.
There you
see?
Now, see, that's the best howdy we have.
Well, see, now, Pledge.
That's how I start every broadcast, guys. You know that. It's howdy, Ags.
We know that. And then I bring you in with the leading question where you don't get to just say howdy, but, you know, like Elko.
Howdy.
Needs to get better. That was from his press conference. Jimbo.
Howdy.
Let's hear Jimbo again.
Howdy.
Yeah, Jimbo again.
Howdy.
You see, I mean, give me one more time. I love it.
Howdy.
Yeah. You know, and so we'll get one with Trev as well. But I mean, you know, Elko needs to take your howdy class.
Howdy. Yeah. I love that. Howdy 101.
Yeah,
right?
he's a little too enthusiastic, Andrew. Do you get him? I like Jimbo's just kind of a nonchalant howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Howdy. Yeah. That's the Jimbo of coaches like going, oh, Monaco's still here. I got to work with him again this week.
Howdy.
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 Oh man. Well, good luck to the Aggies, Andrew.
Appreciate it, my friends. Thanks so much. Wonderful to talk with you again. Been too long since we caught up. Hope you're both doing well.
Doing well. Appreciate it. Have fun tonight. Be safe there in Nashville.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Dig
it.
'em.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy. And goodbye. Well, all right. What do you say on the goodbye out?
Yeah, we say howdy. It's kind of like aloha.
And goodbye.
Aloha is the same both ways, isn't it?
I don't think
say
howdy
aloha,
is.
and howdy's the same way.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, Aggs.
Howdy.
Good night.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy. Aggies, Ole Miss, 5:30 tomorrow. You'll hear Andrew Moncaco say howdy, Ags.
He will.
Bridgestone Arena. Andrew Moncaco on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Coming up, lots of things happening in the NFL. Cowboys aren't included in this conversation.
No.
But Joe Reinengel's Tennessee Titans are. And what the Titans are doing right now and what they've done over the last couple of days.
Scary, isn't it?
They're saying, hey, Houston, you're getting all the attention right now. Hold my beer. Let's talk about it. Coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, talking a lot of college basketball, obviously the NBA in full swing. You want to add excitement to those games, make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app and start playing the Pick'em game. I know last night I won some money with the Spurs and the Bucks because you picked, at least two players from two different teams. Doesn't have to be from the same game. I know the Spurs are playing the Rockets. I did have Dylan Brooks over 11.5 points last night, higher than 11.5 points last night, and he was able to deliver there. Went 5 for 5 last night, and you can do that and win up to 100 times your money. It is a fantasy game, but legal in Texas and a ton of fun to play. Download the easy-to-use mobile app or go to the website, underdogfantasy.com. Enter my promo code STAR, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first. Easy to play, easy to get started. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Brew Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. With the green beer flowing, it will be an all-day party with drink specials, live music with 3 bands on the outdoor stage, and DJs and college hoops inside at both the Brew Pub and Angry Elephant. Sunday, March 17th, starting at 11 a.m. It's an all-day party, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now for St. Patrick's Day at the Brew Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Ad paid for by America First Tax Group. Attention. If you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you. But you must call 800-257-0663 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-257-0663. That's 800-257-0663. Again, 800-257-0663.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Bad news for the UTSA Roadrunners this afternoon. They are one and done in the AAC tournament. They lose to Temple this afternoon, 64-61. Houston Texans made another move today. They traded defensive tackle Malik Collins to the San Francisco 49ers. They get a 7th-round pick. They've also agreed to terms with offensive tackle David Sharp, second stint in Houston.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
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 How many's that?
That was 5 bad routes, man.
What are you talking about,
Your voice cracked on number 2.
Hump day.
I want consistency, sir.
Look at that. That was beautiful. That might have been the best of the day.
Uh-huh.
I hope you recorded that one,
I need
Pledge.
5 good ones.
You just got them.
Dude, there were like 5 bad push-ups.
Dude, don't even tell me about that, Mr. 2 interception in a playoff game. Dak Prescott lover. Stop. I love you, Dak.
Yeah. They don't get credit for all the completions he had. You just want to talk about the 2 bad throws.
He got a lot of completions in the second half after they were down 27 to nothing.
Here we go.
That was good.
Here we go. He's Joe Reinagel. Let me rephrase that. He's Toe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
I love that
Blitz
camera.
here on a Wemby Wednesday. Special hello to Manuel Maldonado, who's listening from a wine tasting room in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Outstanding.
Appreciate you doing that. I'm sure all those drinking wine with your pinky up are appreciating Joe's hump days.
I'm sure they are. Little hump day action with some wine in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Hump day.
Hump day.
See?
That's just a bonus. Just a bonus for you.
That was a nice Merlot.
And then everybody there at the Sheehan Winery. I hope the wine's good, Manuel. You go to some wineries, the wine's not all that great.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not all wine is created equal.
Well, no. I mean, you got $6, $8, and an $80 bottle, and then some.
Well, no, because look, there are some inexpensive wine that's really good. I mean, my go-to is a thing called Phantom. You can get it at Costco or other places for about $14.
Is it come in a box?
It's good. It's not in a box.
Okay.
It is a bottle.
All right.
Very pretty bottle too.
A pretty bottle.
Pretty bottle. Yeah.
Pretty bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joey's listening on the airplane Wi-Fi.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully your headphones are on, sir.
I hope not. I hope everybody on the plane got a little nice hump day action.
Is there a Mile High Club joke in there somewhere? Are you flying in from Denver, Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful, Joey.
Rudolph Gonzalez, his favorite is Boone's Farm.
Well, that figures.
Yeah.
It was Rudolph.
Bad Dog 2020 orange.
Exactly.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Cowboy fans have every right to be frustrated.
Yes, they do.
Because you look around the league and every team is making moves. Now, granted, none of this should be a surprise to Cowboy fans, but you do have every right to be frustrated. And you look at, I mean, Washington, they've made a lot of moves. They added Bobby Wagner today. No real surprise there. And a lot of debate internally here in the studio on Bobby Wagner, because there was some talk last year that he could go join Dan Quinn in Dallas. It didn't happen. Now, he did get a lot of money to go back to Seattle. But with Pete Carroll gone from Seattle, at Bobby Wagner's age, you kind of wonder if he had the option of going back to Seattle. And Dan Quinn is a good, safe landing spot for him. And they've got a lot of money in Washington. They have spent a lot, but I still don't know how good of a team they actually have put together yet.
Well, they still don't have a quarterback, do they?
Well, yeah,
they're going to draft one.
And it kind of starts there. You know, the Giants have made some nice moves, but quarterback is obviously a question mark. Philadelphia, they've made some moves in the NFC East. They added a Saquon Barkley, but they've got an offensive coordinator that doesn't like to run the ball.
Yeah, that's the big change,
well,
right?
I mean, but the Eagles' bigger issues down the stretch were on the defensive side. So I look at what the NFC East is doing and waiting for the Cowboys to jump into the arms race, because right now we've seen the Cowboys lose a couple of defenders. They've lost to Tony Pollard, and now you can add Neville Gallimore to the list because, according to Ian Rappaport, the Dolphins are expected to sign Gallimore.
Wow.
So you look at the Cowboys' former players or guys that they've lost, guys that they've opted not to retain for whatever reason, or guys that have chosen, all right, I'm leaving Dallas because, Miami's paying more. Whatever the case is, Cowboys haven't added anybody. Then you look over at the AFC South. Houston has had a great start to free agency, coming off of an incredible year, seemingly a destination. Your Tennessee Titans, Joe Reinagle, you added Tony Pollard.
I wish I owned them.
You added a Ridley. You look at what Jacksonville loses Ridley, but they've added some players. You look at the Colts, the AFC South looks like it's going to be an incredibly fun division.
Well, if you're the other teams, you see what Houston is doing, and you got to get it done. I tell you what, that Calvin Ridley thing, no matter what happens with him in Tennessee, I think that really hurts Jacksonville. If you're a Houston Texans fan, you've got to love that trade. Now, look, Will Levis, I think he's going to get better, and I think he's going to be a decent quarterback when it's all said and done. Tony Pollard going there, and now Calvin Ridley. I think the Titans, might make some noise over there. I still believe, though, as it stands right now, the Houston Texans have to be the favorite far and away to win that division.
Far and away, I mean, maybe. They were a surprise winner of it last year. And when you look at, you've got to have a quarterback to compete. And that's a division where it looks like all four have quarterbacks that can compete, depending on what happens in Indianapolis health-wise.
Yeah.
Right, you start there. Defenses. Right now, probably Houston has the edge there on the defensive side.
I would say. Yeah.
The Calvin Ridley is a surprise signing.
And
partly because there was a report almost simultaneously as Ian Rappaport was saying Tennessee, Jordan Schultz at Bleacher Report was saying he was staying in Jacksonville. Then, because it's Calvin Ridley, there were some odds because him signing with Tennessee was like one of the longer odds, there. You look at A.J. Brown, who's 26. They didn't want to pay him basically the same money they gave a 30-year-old Calvin Ridley, who's almost 30. He's 29.
Yeah, but look, A.J. Brown, and we've seen that in Philadelphia. The guy is he's a diva, big time. He's a hell of a player. There's no question about it. But I think there's reasons why sometimes teams get rid of people. Amari Cooper's a great example for the Cowboys. Jerry got upset with him because he wouldn't take the COVID shot, and he missed a couple of games, and they got rid of him. Had nothing really to do with salary, although at the time, $20 million was a lot of money. Now it's a bargain. But, it depends. There are personalities within every team that you either love or you don't, and it just doesn't fit your team or your philosophy. And I think that's what happened with the Titans. Although I was very upset when they let him get away to the Philadelphia Eagles, but now it's a little clearer.
Well, and again, you just sit here and you look at everything that is going on. And at the very least at this point, we do have the Dallas Cowboys in a conversation with an outside free agent. It's in the conversation.
It's the conversation.
And he hasn't signed anywhere else, so the conversation is still ongoing. We'll talk about A.J. Dillon and a potential running back for the Dallas Cowboys coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Guys, if you are dealing with a lack of energy, motivation, maybe low libido, these are all symptoms that could be caused by low T levels. At Synergenics, their medical providers exclusively specialize in customized testosterone treatment, and they make it quick and easy for you to go get your levels checked. And at Synergenics, you will get your results back at your first visit because they have an on-site lab. So book that appointment now. FixMyLowT.com. Did you know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s? So if you're feeling that lack of energy and drive, you want to get your levels tested at Synergenics and get customized care from testosterone specialists. You know, it's lighter outside now because of the time change. You want to go home, have some energy after work. Do the important thing and go get yourself tested. Take that first step. Book the appointment now. FixMyLowT.com. FixMyLowT.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is set. Monday, March 25th at Golf Club of Texas. With plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation. Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, if you're planning some steaks this week, maybe tomorrow night, maybe you're going to do some grilling this weekend. Before you do, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market, because that great meal does start with great meat, and Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game. Locally owned and full service. If you're thinking beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, they've got it. Beef ribs, pork ribs, English crosscuts, their Caesar fajitas, tri-tips, picanha. Their burgers, especially those brisket burgers, their sausage, and those steaks are incredible. You want a nice bone-in ribeye, a tomahawk, a nice filet. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Hebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
My new exercise bike. Yeah, more like my $1,500 coat rack.
At Babbel, we get it. Learning something new is hard, especially a new language.
My Spanish starts and ends at Adios.
Make it easy on yourself with Babbel. In just 10 minutes a day, you can start having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Hola, Espanol.
It starts here. To try Babbel free, text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. as I was saying, it's mad. The mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz in Las Vegas, Thursday, March 28th at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas to celebrate the start of the season with the ceremonial first pitch by Hall of Famer Greg Maddux. Catch all the games on the Circa Las Vegas 78 million pixel screen while you feast on Coney Dogs by American Coney Dog, complimentary apple pie, and more. And oh yeah, moms, drink free. Don't miss the first day of baseball at Circa Resort and Casino. Visit circalasvegas.com for more information. Book your trip now, circalasvegas.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, my Alexa is the nicest robot ever.
Really?
Yeah. She always, Alexa, what's the weather today? She'll give me the weather forecast. I'll say, Alexa, thank you. She's just doing my job.
You don't think all Alexas do that?
Well, I doubt it. She's just mine. And she'll say, good morning, Joe.
You really need friends.
She does. She says, I enjoy my morning conversations with Alexa. Good morning, Joe.
And what are those morning the only thing I get about your Alexa and why you might find it the nicest robot thing on the planet Earth is because she probably thinks you're the smartest guy in the room, even though she is much smarter. She probably agrees with everything you say, so you keep her plugged in.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be nice if all women were that way.
Careful.
I know.
Careful.
I'm just saying.
Let's go back to 1948. I want to come home from work to a hot meal.
That's right.
In a clean house.
Make me a chicken pot pie.
Really? That would be your go-to?
Dude, I love chicken pot pie. Are you kidding me?
Beef pot pie is so much better.
It would take about an hour and a half to cook, though, because those back then were like, you know, rocks. And it took a while.
God, I mean, you actually are old enough to remember what it was like before microwaves, aren't you?
Dude, you don't remember that? You're up there. You didn't have a microwave when you were a kid.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Trust me, you didn't.
I mean, that might be true, but we had a microwave when I was old enough to make my own snacks. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I mean, when did microwaves come out?
Don't know.
Can you Google when did microwaves come out? Because honestly, as a kid, now I was born in 1973, and my dad was stationed in Germany. I was born in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
I have no recollection of that, right? And then we went back to Germany. We lived in Stuttgart, Germany for a little while. But
holy cow.
What?
Pledge just pulled this up.
Well, the first microwave was 1955.
Yeah, but you see that? It cost $1,300 back then. Nobody had a microwave back then.
I mean, some people did. But because honestly, like when I was 10, 7, 8, after we came back from Stuttgart in 1980, I remember that house had a microwave.
Yeah.
Because it was built in underneath the cabinet, and my parents thought that was the greatest thing.
Absolutely. Of course you did.
That's when I learned how to make popcorn.
That was good. No, I guess I am old, or we were poor and couldn't afford a microwave oven. That could have been it.
So, I don't remember life without popcorn. I wasn't around when the first frozen dinner was a thing.
We had
I grew up with a
popcorn
lot
popper.
of those. Well, we did too. And my dad did. He liked the idea of that, but we had this big old popper. He liked the taste of popped popcorn better than microwave popcorn.
Well, yeah, because it was
by 1986, roughly 25% of households in the U.S. owned a microwave.
See that? So if you had
Up
one
from
as a
1%
kid,
in
you must have
1971.
come from a rich family.
Dude, my dad was in the Army, and
Well,
my
I'm
mom
just
didn't
saying.
work. But that was 1986, so 1980, they bought a house on Lawndale
Oh,
in
you were
Killeen, Texas.
13.
You know,
Took you till 13 to make your own snacks?
no, the microwave. We came back and lived in Killeen in 1980. Glad you're paying attention. But there was a microwave there. But my dad preferred popcorn than microwave popcorn.
Well, that was always like a nice thing to do with the family. Let's make some popcorn.
Yeah. And not the Jiffy Pop stuff. I mean,
No, not Jiffy Pop.
No,
Although I didn't mind Jiffy
Yeah.
Pop. Because that was kind of fun because I could do that myself.
Yeah, appliances have certainly come a long way. In fact, if you ever want to start a very heated Facebook debate, post about your refrigerator being on the fritz and ask for refrigerator recommendations, since apparently my wife has decided we need a new one.
Yeah.
And all I could gather from everything is you either love or hate your appliances, but you guys know way more about appliances than I thought and are very passionate about them. Because my refrigerator, which is about 4 years old, and it's a GE, I don't know, $3,000, 35, whatever it was when we bought it. And it's been a problem. I've replaced the ice maker twice, all coming after the warranty has expired, by the way.
Of course.
And now it's not dispensing water.
Wow.
But we're making ice, so the water line, talking to an appliance repair guy, the water line isn't frozen because that's, something that you would look at. The filter's not that old, so it shouldn't be that, but you're still making ice, so the water's working. It's just not dispensing. So the brains in the motherboard and the water dispense, one of those things have fried. Well, not long ago in June, the ice maker wasn't working. So they came out, they replaced the ice maker, and it still didn't work. So then they had to replace the motherboard. So I had to get a new ice maker and motherboard thing. And, you got to pay for both of them, even though one of them was broke.
Those aren't under warranty since you just did that?
No.
The motherboard doesn't have a warranty?
Well, not for the water thing, because when I called GE to say, well, how much is that going to fix? About probably $500.
Well,
yeah.
It sounds like you got a clog in the tube. Because I bet you there's a long tube that goes and it breaks off into two. One goes to the ice, the other one goes to the water. So, you just clear out that clog in the tube and you probably got it made.
Yeah, that's not what the guy said. The guy said it's probably a motherboard.
Well, what the hell does he know?
More than I do. All I know is I'm not putting another $1 into this thing. I'd rather just go buy a new fridge and be done with it because I already got too much into this.
So that's your plan. Now a lot of people want to...
For the record, that's my wife's plan.
But you want to sell that refrigerator, right?
I mean, give it away, sell it.
Now you're saying give it away. A lot of people are going, their ears raised up.
Well,
okay.
Well, I was originally just going to give it to somebody that might need it, a friend.
Uh-huh.
And then somebody sent me a message, how much you want for it. I said, it's broke. I mean, I don't want to give you a broken fridge. This is a garage fridge now. It's going to be a beer fridge.
Uh-huh.
It's got a big freezer, one of those drawer things. I mean, something like that. Well, how much? I don't know. So I look on Facebook Marketplace. I could probably get $600 to $800 for a broken fridge.
Well, I'd do it.
Well, yeah, but the idea of giving it away now, I mean,
well, you don't want to do that anymore.
Well, not if I can get $600 to $800.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I might sell it for $5 just to move it quick.
Just say, hey, $500, come get it today.
Well, I mean, no, because I got to wait till the wife decides what fridge she wants to get and what fridge we're going to get. And the beauty of that conversation was just go buy what you want. I don't care.
Wow.
Because I don't.
Well, I give it a swanky one that you can look inside without even opening the door. And
who wants to
about
look
10, 12 grand?
Who wants to look inside a refrigerator?
Well, everybody does that. You open the door and you look and you see what's in there.
But I mean, could you imagine having one of those refrigerators where you could see inside?
That'd be kind of cool. Well, it's not all the time. It's just when you walk up there,
I don't know that I need that.
I think you do.
Because then you're always going to have everything has to be perfect inside the refrigerator in case somebody comes over and they judge you on the messiness of your refrigerator.
Well, that's a possibility.
So that isn't going to happen.
So when people come to your house, you open the
don't give a damn at that point. but I don't want it on full display. Right?
I'm telling you, those things are pretty cool, but they're expensive as hell.
Think about it. Well, we're not getting that one. I can promise you that.
You just said, Joanna, get whatever you want.
Do you think Joanna's going to get that?
She might.
No, she's not. I mean, think about it. You know, you come over and you don't think you want the Girl Scout cookies that are there in the refrigerator, but you can just look right through the door and all of a sudden you're eating my Girl Scout cookies. No, we're not doing that. You know? And think about it. You're not opening the fridge because the beer is in the refrigerator in the garage.
Well, that's
you would
true.
never know that the Girl Scout cookies are in the fridge unless you had a clear door, which I'm not going to get.
I've never opened your refrigerator in your house, but I have opened the other one.
The beer fridge in
the
garage.
Beer fridge, yes.
Yeah.
I've opened that one a few times.
Yeah. So I'm bored of you. That's where the beer is at. You have no desire, but if you're able to look in the refrigerator without opening the door, you might get hungry.
Well, I'm not a big thin mint guy, and that's the only one you're putting in the refrigerator.
The tagalongs in the refrigerator.
Well, the tagalongs are good.
Yeah. And well, they were in the fridge. That box is gone. Opened it yesterday. It was only going to eat 2.
Yeah, those
the
are.
The whole box is gone.
Now, wait a minute. Those aren't the ones with coconut on them.
No,
okay,
those are the peanut butter ones, which you don't like. You like the Samoas.
There's one of them I like.
Well, if you like the coconut ones, you like the Samoas.
I don't like coconut.
Oh, and you don't like peanut butter. What the hell is wrong with you, Joe?
I mean, it depends,
What
right?
is your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
They used to have a one that was just kind of, and not the thin mint. I don't know. I don't think they have them anymore. And it's really irritating, but it was like almost like a fudge thing. I'm going to look and see what kind of Girl Scout cookie.
A fudge thing.
Yes.
Really? Huh.
Now, Pledge is pulling that up. I'm doing the same thing, but there were, I don't think they make them anymore.
Well, it's because you're the only one apparently buying them.
Well, you know, if you're a Girl Scout and you know what I'm talking about, feel free to call in 656-3776.
The lemon ones aren't bad.
Now, see, thin mints, I'm not a big fan of. Now, some of these are okay. This looks like an Oreo looking thing.
Or the bottom one on the in that corner with the red, is that called the tagalong?
It's peanut butter something.
Yeah, that's the tagalong. All right, because there's another peanut butter one that's more like a wafer, and I just want to make sure I'm identifying it properly.
I got a stack of cookies I'm looking at, and I can't tell what any of them are.
Anybody else craving Girl Scout cookies all of a sudden?
Now, wait a minute. There you go. That square one right there. That's graham cracker, double dipped in yummy cream icing.
Well, what's it called? The Girl Scout s'mores? I've never even seen that one.
See, that's a new one. That's not the one I'm talking about.
I've never even seen that one.
They got rid of the one I like.
And they're not selling them anymore, right?
Apparently not.
All right.
They were good, though. I just can't remember what they were called.
Well, you know, and again, I'm not complaining about the Girl Scouts.
No.
But now you get so many people, you order them online. You could do that. There's something to me about when you see if a kid selling something out in front of a store, I'm going to buy from the kid.
Sure.
Right. And they used to have, I don't know, a 24-hour office at that little Walmart shop thing on Days of Allah.
Yeah.
Like you can't go there without seeing Girl Scouts.
Well, HEB is the same way.
But their selection was always limited.
Huh.
Like everybody bought all the good ones. And when I say the good ones, the one I want. Those coconut ones, I don't want those.
I don't like coconut.
And I always feel bad telling the kid, sorry, I can't do that.
Well, why didn't you just buy one anyway? You can give them away. You're going to break that poor girl's heart. That could be the difference between a bicycle and a shirt.
Well, it's not like she keeps the money.
Yeah, but she gets
she gets a patch.
They have.
She gets a patch.
Don't they have contests? Who sells the most cookies?
You get a patch.
A patch.
A patch.
I bet they get more than that.
They get a patch. And what I remember when Erica was doing that, her short-lived Girl Scouting career, is as the parent, you basically buy all those in advance, and basically you fronted the money for all the cookies. So when I see the kid out there with nothing but the coconut ones and the lemon ones, I realize their parents forecasted improperly on what was going to sell and what wasn't.
So it's a racket.
Yeah, well, yes, you're on the hook for a lot of cookies.
Okay.
And nothing worse than when your kid comes home and was like, well, I gave my friends a discount.
Yeah.
You did what?
And we don't do that, young lady. Now, I don't know if anybody does this here, and I'll probably get in trouble, but I don't care. I hated when, the parent would bring a sheet to the television station.
Yeah.
And then you hear, buy some care.
Nope.
It's like, no.
I got a standard rule. If the kid is there, I will always buy from the kid.
But not the parent.
Not the parent.
See, it's not the parent's job. They're not raising that kid right.
No, I will always buy from
the kid's got to work for the patch or the bicycle or whatever the hell it is.
See, like the other day, I bought the worst $3 candy bars from my neighbor's kid. He came over selling those.
At Hal?
Those, yeah, or $2. I think they were $2. But they were awful.
Hal may have charged you $3.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I was like, which are the best ones? And there was one that was pretty good, but their chocolate one was bad. I mean, I was not a fan of that.
So now what was that raising money for?
I don't know.
Baseball team?
That
soccer team?
Band? I don't know.
Something, right?
I mean, his kids are involved in everything. So it could have been.
Good for Hal.
But I mean, if Hal came over, I ain't buying anything.
So it had to be the kid.
Send the kid over, and then I bought the kid a couple of candy bars.
Now, see, Kevin Monk on our YouTube channel says you get more than a patch. Says his daughter gets a bunch of prizes and an opportunity to go to Utopia. I can't say there's a heart. Oh, camp in Utopia.
Yeah.
There you go. You see?
You get to go to camp. And you know what that means, Dad? You get to pay for camp.
Well, not if you sell a bunch of cookies.
I mean,
look, Kevin's probably paying for camp anyway.
Exactly.
So,
dude, I support him. I'll buy from the kid, but I'm going to buy the ones that I want.
Well, maybe parents don't want kids creeping up to your door because they
go,
know you.
They don't go door to door. They're in front of the store.
Hal's kids went to your door?
Well, they know me. Dude, Hal's kids. Hal's kids. My wife always has candy out.
Sure.
There's always candy out. And Hal's, I'm not throwing the kids under the bus. I'm trying not to.
No, you are. It's okay. It's too late.
Oftentimes, footballs, basketballs end up in my backyard.
Yeah.
They've got a trampoline, and it's got a basketball hoop on it that doesn't face my fence, by the way. But there every day there's balls in the backyard that have come over the fence.
Right.
Now, since I'm dogless at this point and have been for damn near a year,
wow.
maybe over a year. How long has it been? It's been a while. I've told the kids, just go in the backyard and get them. You don't have to knock on the door.
Wow.
They always knock on the door and then come through the house, stop at the candy dish, go to the backyard, throw their balls back over the fence, then come back through the house, stop at the candy dish on the way to the front. I've got no problem with that. It's genius.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Hal's obviously raised them right.
I think Hal has deprived those kids of candy, and they know where to get it. That's the truth.
I always like giving kids candy now, like especially the grandkids, because then I give them back. Get them on a good sugar high and then say, oh, well, we'll see you. I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
You're such a grandpa.
I know. It's
Talk
awesome.
About the Cowboys' inactivity, but they are linked to a running back.
Jeez.
They're in the conversation.
Whatever. Jerry probably just put that out there. Yeah, we talked to AJ.
Yeah. Let's talk about it next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service, and they are open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. It's spring break time. If you're down at the coast, keep the number handy because Fiesta's right around the corner. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs getting ready to head to Austin for and our focus now is on the future. Does Popovich have a plan for this summer as this season winds down? He spoke to it. We didn't like the answer.
Plus, we are officially in the new league year in the NFL. The Houston Texans have gone to great lengths to better their odds for the upcoming season. The Dallas Cowboys, not so much. We'll get into it starting at 6 a.m.
Dave Ramsey here for my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for an import, we have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theUFL.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theUFL.com. Vamos Brahmas!
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, we continue to watch a non-working clock. Will the Cowboys do anything? We'll get you ready for that. Also, the Spurs, they got Jokic coming as the homestand continues. Can they season? We'll talk about it all. Now back to the Blitz. Jason and Joe, I'm going to be with Jason at the Roof Pub on Friday, but I'm going to wear my tan slacks on Thursday.
There you go. Right. The Blitz out at the Roof Pub coming up on Friday. Spurs Nuggets that night, conference tournament action. Get you ready for St. Patrick's Day weekend. It's going to be a good time. It is the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. ESPN's Don Van Etta will join us tomorrow about 4:35. Legendary writer, award-winning writer, who is working on an unauthorized biography on Jerry Jones.
Unauthorized.
Speaking of Don, he posts a story this afternoon. The defamation suit against Jerry Jones has been tossed out yet again. For the second time, a federal judge has tossed out a defamation claims filed against Jerry Jones and several associates by a woman who says she is the billionaire's daughter.
Wow, so that one's been tossed out.
For a second time.
Wow.
Now, that happened earlier today, so maybe that explains why the Cowboys haven't done anything. Jerry was taking care of other kind of business. And speaking of lawyers and the Dallas Cowboys, we talked a lot yesterday about the suit against Dak Prescott.
Yes. Well, the suit that he filed against the woman that's claiming that she was sexually assaulted by Dak back in 2017. Yeah, she's threatening criminal charges, I think, or civil charges. She wants $100 million is what she wants.
Well, and again, you look at the $100 million that she is asking for, supposedly. Her attorney, and I hope that I'm saying this correctly, Yoel Zahir, I believe. He went on 105.3 The Fan. And when they asked him why $100 million,
what's the price that you can put on a rape? The trauma that comes from that, the humiliation that comes from that, and there's not a price tag you can put on that. So to be honest, I don't think $100 million was out of the realm of possibility. Now, were we willing to negotiate it? Yes. But I mean, I don't know what's the price. For the people who say $100 million is too much, what is the price that you can put on a rape?
So this is escalated to a whole nother level. This went from sexual assault to the attorney using the term rape.
Well, he lost me when he said, well, we can negotiate.
Well,
so I guess there is a price that he can put on this because he's obviously willing to negotiate a price.
But he uses the term rape multiple times throughout the interview.
Our client, Victoria Shores, back in 2017, was raped by Mr. Prescott. And he has, changed his story since we've been hired on this case. He initially said, he needed assistance remembering her. Then he said he remembered her vaguely. Then now he says it was consensual, which I guess we're getting somewhere with the admission. But this story about extortion, we were really taken aback yesterday when we saw it. But this is just a legal maneuver. And this is a classic, move to discredit sexual assault victims.
No. And that's why this story is so tough to cover and talk about, because nobody wants to discredit sexual assault victims. If that happened to you, God bless you. I'm sorry. And whoever did that should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. This one seems to be more about money than getting justice, unless that's their definition of justice.
And again, what sounded like when it was initially made public and Dak went on the offensive and sued her after getting a demand letter, extortion, blackmail, that's kind of what it felt like. Consensual, he admits that, either a one-night stand or maybe they had a short relationship, but either way, she's not wanting to move on and felt like she had her golden ticket, and that's kind of how it felt. But now you start using terms like rape, and I don't know what the stats are, but according to her attorney, waiting years is not uncommon. It's he says statistically this happens more often. I don't know that to be true, but if he is saying that publicly and he is defending her, I would hope that that would be fairly accurate, because
I would hope so.
I mean, his credibility is on the line. We do know, according to the Dallas Morning News, the Prosper Police Department are now investigating the claims that he is being extorted. Prescott filed the lawsuit Monday, and the town of Prosper has said that they are now looking into it. You know, like we were talking about yesterday with Nico LaHood, does she have some evidence? Does she have some old text messages? Does she have some voicemail, some sort of video? What kind of proof does she have? Because, the first question you and I both have is, how do you prove something like that from so long ago, when all evidence, you would think, any kind of, I don't know, DNA or whatever the case may be, but text messages, videos, maybe there is something there.
Audio recording was something that Nico seemed to be very high on, I guess, that if they had that adds a lot of credibility to it. Jason, I don't know. This just seems to me, and again, it's a difficult subject to broach, but I mean, it just seems to me like it's a money grab. And if something happened to this young lady, I'm sorry for her. I am, but this seems like, and I go back to what that attorney said on the air, that, we're willing to negotiate. I mean, to me, he just said, look, yeah, we want $100 million, but if you come up with a suitable figure, we'll get out of your hair. And to me, that just sounded creepy as hell, and sounded like some kind of, that just sounded creepy. It really did.
And again, he said on the interview on 105.3 The Fan, one of the reasons you wait is because, one, negativity, the blowback that comes with, those defending Dak Prescott, everything that comes with it. And I certainly could see that. Now, the Dallas Morning News says it is unclear whether Plano police have opened an investigation into the alleged assault. Apparently, that's where it happened, on or about February 2nd, 2017 in Plano, according to court documents. And it feels like, and again, when it all plays out, if this lady's accusations prove to be credible and accurate, then, we'll offer apologies. But how it feels right now, it does feel like a money grab. The attorney, though, when you think about what Dak is doing, like, dude, I always say that if you're innocent, don't you go to the top of the mountain claiming you're innocent?
Yes.
Right? Now, Roger Clemens went all the way, to Congress. I didn't do anything. Andy Petty, yeah, we did this.
Yeah, we did.
So sometimes screaming from the mountaintop doesn't prove you're innocent, but it does feel like Dak is being very aggressive to cut this off at the path. I don't know how good this attorney is, but he is saying this was expected, because all Dak Prescott's doing right now is trying to flip the script.
We sent a demand letter, which is very common practice in the legal profession, civil cases, and there's nothing extortionist about it. But Levi McCatherine, to his credit, he's a hard-fighting attorney, and Dak, I'm sure, is paying him millions of dollars. And, this is just a legal tactic, but there's nothing extortionist about it. But we're just very disappointed that he would try to flip the script and make himself the victim.
Well, I mean, what else do you, if you feel like you're wrongly accused, then you feel like you're a victim. Because if you're accused of something and you obviously didn't do, that makes you a victim. So I'm not sure about this attorney, and I'm happy that the Prosper police are getting involved. And I wonder if that is at the behest of Dak and his attorney saying, please investigate this. Because if there is nothing to this and police start nosing around and poking around with her and everybody else, then this could go away pretty quickly.
The one thing, and I go back to the conversations conversation we had yesterday with Nico LaHood. And if you want to hear what Nico said, sasportstar.com, the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, and listen to the things that Nico said, who was a district attorney, is a defense attorney. There could be some things that could get these lawyers in trouble because of the legal code, whatever the proper terminology is. Because he does say, Yolzier, there are more suits that are imminent, although he wouldn't comment on what they are. But the difference between the criminal and the civil is certainly in play here.
It's been a few months now since she's reached out to us, and we were, trying to get in contact with, his legal team and who's the right, people to get to. And once we were able to find that information, we did it immediately. And it's not just on the civil aspect, we're also in the process of the criminal aspect of it as well.
It's interesting because I'm pretty sure if I heard him right, and I think I did, Nico said that the statute of limitations for the civil part of this has expired. The criminal part has not. And so I don't know what this guy's talking about, or if he's talking about filing a suit for something else.
The only thing I wonder is, terminology and degrees, because yesterday it was sexual assault. He assaulted. Now he's using the term rape a lot. And I don't know if there's a difference legally of rape has a longer statute of limitations.
Well, rape
as
sounds
opposed
a lot
to assault.
harsher
It
than
does.
sexual assault.
Absolutely.
So I think that's his whole
does.
plan there.
And again, while he talks about Dak flipping the script and playing victim, this looks like a good legal drama that doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon.
Doesn't.
I am surprised that her attorneys went on the radio and were talking so openly, not over specifics, but what their plan is.
They're clearly accusing Dak Prescott of assaulting, sexually assaulting, raping this woman. They're making no bones about that. So we'll see how this plays out.
It does feel like gloves are off, though.
It does.
It does feel like gloves are off.
It does.
Cowboys, maybe they'll have a running back when the Blitz starts tomorrow at 2.
Beer bet?
No.
Okay. Pledge has stuck his head around the window like a gopher.
I mean, maybe I should take one. It's been a while since I've lost a beer bet. But it's been a while since you've paid up on beer bets.
I'm pretty sure I have. Now I haven't physically brought you a.
You haven't brought beer. Yes,
I've got them in my beer fridge.
Yes, but that's not in my beer fridge.
I've got a case
you
of
haven't paid, even though
the
intent to pay may have been there. You have not paid
yet.
You
should have come to the house. I mean, do I have to deliver it too?
Yes.
That's part of the beer bet?
Yes.
I mean, he's just saving it. As we just learned, your beer fridge is broken.
No, my beer fridge works fine. It's the kitchen fridge. Joanna's fridge. That one is the one that it's fine. It's just not dispensing water. It still works. The beer would be cold if it were in that fridge, but the beer fridge is in the garage, and that one works like a champ.
You don't have room in there.
I can make room.
Yeah. I actually do have a case of Flight by Yingling in my fridge that has your name on it.
All right. Well, I expect to see that tomorrow. So you want to do a beer bet?
Sure.
All right. Cowboys will have that's official sound effects.
It's time for another beer bet with the Blitz. Oh, Jason and Joe go head-to-head with the biggest bet of the weekend. Here's the Blitz.
Cowboys will have an outside free agent by 2 o'clock
Now,
tomorrow.
wait a second. You're making that broad. I thought you were just limited to a running back.
You want it running back?
Well, yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
I mean, I was hedging my bet.
I know you were. I mean, the Cowboys might decide to sign, I don't know, the dude that mows the grass.
Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That does not
It could be an outside free agent. Maybe he's working for the Texans right now.
All right, they'll have a running back by 2 o'clock tomorrow.
All right.
Beer bet.
Deal. They won't.
Okay.
All right.
That's the bet. You still owe me a case, though.
Listen, I got it. It's in the refrigerator.
I keep refreshing Twitter. I just want it to say Cowboys just signed it.
You think I'd make that bet knowing that? Are you kidding? It'd be breaking news and you wouldn't do extra innings. We'd stick around for another hour celebrating.
No kidding, right.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Extra innings with Pledge is next here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, before we go, I want to tell you about Doctor's Implants. They are changing the game.